What do you think, dude?
I think this is 18?
Episode 18.
Holy shnikes. Episode 18 of The Social Guys.
Yeah, dude. We got a special guest coming on today.
I'm excited.
Justin Courtney.
Justin Courtney.
Yeah, we even got like bio sheets, like cards.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn all about
special.
this. I feel like he's a jack of all trades.
Yes, wears many hats.
Yeah.
So, super excited because I don't know anything about this guy.
Me neither. But that's usually how I go in every show.
That's true. That's true. Adam literally knows zero people.
Few people, and that's about it.
Yeah, unless you have a gamer tag.
Yeah, right. So, not very many people. But I love to learn about all the different stuff.
Yeah.
I know now I need to get health insurance. I know that it's really hard to look for a house right now. Learn all kinds of stuff, man. So,
Dude, so I have a confession to make.
okay.
So remember, I've been hounding on you to watch the Squid Game, right?
Yeah, I need to start that.
I even hounded on you today about it while we were
Yeah,
working.
I know.
I was like, you haven't seen it
How
yet?
many episodes is it?
9?
Okay, and they're like an hour long?
Less.
Oh, really?
Like 45 minutes to 55 minutes.
Okay, I need to get on that. Okay.
One of the episodes are 32 minutes long.
That's not too bad.
No.
I probably should.
That's how they do it in Korea. It's just like up and down. It's like a big graph for them.
I guess when I first saw it, when I seen it, it showed nothing about it being a show, and I was like, "Oh, this movie looks awesome."
So I got
Not a movie.
but I got a confession. I got a confession to make, though. Are you ready?
They're making a Squid Game movie?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. I have like a personal confession.
Oh, okay.
I watched it up until the last 2 episodes, and I just finished them today.
Oh, really? So you've just been waiting?
I forgot that I didn't watch them.
You're just like, so it just left you on a good spot? You're like, this is awesome, I'm done.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Literally, I was just trying to like rack my brain. Like I'm sitting there and I'm like working on stuff and I'm working on my phone and I'm like, I'm just going to turn on some Netflix. And then I was like, oh, shoot.
Still got 2 more to
I have 2 more episodes to go. So I watched the last 2 episodes and I was like, all right, yeah, it's still pretty good.
So does it lead off, like, there can be a second season?
Well, so that's the thing. It just came out today that there is going to be a second season.
Okay. All right.
And yes, it does lead into a second season.
Well, I mean, I guess it could be a second season no matter if everyone is gone because everyone's got financial problems. So it's like, it's always going to be a game as long as there's 4 people.
Right.
But
you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it because it's so, I don't know, man.
So more than that?
It's a good show. It really is. Like, I hate dubbed over, and I told you before, I hate subtitles.
Right.
Dub over. I hate to use the word hate, but I love the show.
Okay.
I do.
I like the dub stuff, so I'll probably watch all the subtitles, and because I heard they cut out some
read the whole time?
That's fine. I can watch them, but I got a
You
wide.
can read the whole time?
I got a wide eye.
You got a wide eye?
Yeah, I could read the subtitles and watch the whole thing.
You got an 8mm eye?
Yep. That's how I do it.
Fish Islands.
My life be like, whoa. My life is like a fisheye my whole life. But yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
I've been doing that a lot today, by the way. Every time Adam's been saying something all day today, I just like come up with a lyric from a song.
It's been reversed. I usually do that. He's been getting me today.
I know.
But yeah, I definitely want to watch the Squid Game, so I'll probably watch this week so we can have more.
It's good.
I definitely watched The Free Guy, and that was awesome.
I told you.
That was really good.
I told you. I know. I knew you would love it too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your speed.
Oh man, that was
your
like I said,
speed.
I don't want to give anything away. I usually wait a month or 2 before I start giving out spoilers. That's what I do to myself. If I haven't watched within a month or 2, it's worth being spoiled because I didn't go watch it.
There you go.
I'll give it another month before
go.
we really start talking about Free Guy.
All right. Well, hey, let's get the show started, dude. I'm ready to talk to Justin Courtney here.
Me too.
All right. Let's go. Run it. Hey, welcome back to the show. Welcome to The Social Guys, episode 18 with Justin Courtney.
Hello.
Want to thank our sponsor, Clue Studio, for sponsoring the
Thank
studio. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Episode 18.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being
Absolutely,
here.
man.
I'm
Absolutely.
excited.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
to get
we
to
know
know.
nothing about you.
That's the best part. Thanks so much.
So hit us up, Justin.
Goodness.
Where do we start here, man?
Well, I'm a Lima native.
Okay.
Very familiar with Walpock. Actually, I have some family roots here, which is pretty cool. Some of my extended family live in the area. Actually, though, some of my I don't know, great grandparents and stuff like that were actually, I think they owned the first hotel.
Oh, wow.
That was in Walpock. My papa
was that like the Canita Hotel?
You know, I never remember the name. My pops would knock me out right now. I'd be like, boy, I told you what the name is. That's how he talks. I told you the name. I'm like, I don't remember. I just remember he gave me a silver bowl from it. But anyway, they had some hotel. And my papa used to run the Alpha here in town years and years ago, Alan Ford. So they used to live on Owl Creek Road. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. So, you know, I've got lots of family. My aunt and uncle, my uncle recently passed, but my aunt lives here in town, and a lot of friends and family and stuff. So I'm a fan of Walpock. Just had Crave ice cream recently.
Yeah. How was it? We haven't had it yet.
We haven't had a chance.
You've missed out on your life calling.
Crave, if you're watching this,
all of
we
this.
would love to have you bring some Crave Creamery down to the show.
That's right.
You're literally right next door.
You should do it for them.
Yeah.
Y'all
bring some Crave to us.
Well, and
we'll pay for it.
And side rail.
Yeah, side rail's good.
Isn't that the best?
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
I have some friends here in town that have taken me a few times and love it.
And sauerkraut balls.
And J. Marie's, you can't go wrong. But I want to say one thing.
That the side rail should have a railroad as their bar.
Maybe that too, but I want to tell people, don't forget about the Lucky Steer. Don't you forget about that fried chicken or the sugar cream pie. Clearly, I am moderate in my food intake. I'm going to put that out there.
Yeah. Same.
Sorry, as I look at the camera. I like to eat, man. I like to eat. It takes a lot of fuel to run a ship this big.
Like I've told other people that's on this show, though, like you don't actually gain 10 pounds on this camera. You actually lose 10 pounds because you sit next to me. So.
That's messed up. You're all right, man. You're all right. I love it. I love it. So, you know, I'm a Lima native. I went to Bath High School back in the day, graduated in 96.
Wildcats, huh?
Hey-oh, meow. And then, you know, aside from that, I went to Bluffton University. It was Bluffton College when I went there.
Okay.
Right. And did communication and religion when I studied there, and then went on to...
What made you want to go the religion route?
There's so many things. We're going to get into all of that, I'm certain.
That's what we're here for.
Right. You know, growing up, I always felt... I would say a call in my life to really impact people in a positive way. I think part of that was very early, I had really good role models in my parents. My mom, Mary, my pops, Barry. They're quite contrary on times. But, you know, with both of them, like they brought us up in church. And, you know, I think that, that experience kind of catapulted some of that where it was like, you know, I want to make an impact in people's lives. I want to love on them. Mm-hmm. And, so, you know, I that seemed like an obvious route. There was a lot of journey though along the way, and I'll get into that at some point. But you know, when I went to Bluffton, it was a great experience. I tease all the time that it was the greatest decision I never made. Because I really didn't want to go there, to be honest.
Oh, like really? to that specific college?
No, not an undergraduate. I wasn't ready for it. You know, I was like, I don't know anything about Mennonites and Mennonites and all this stuff. And, you know, and so I went in and I was kind of a punk going in my first year, you know, being honest. But
I think we all are, aren't we?
Right. I have a feeling you probably weren't. You probably not. But, you know, it's like one of those things.
Like, thanks, man.
Right. He's like, thanks again. I really appreciate that. But, you know, so like Bluffton, what was interesting was I found through my experience with my roommate my first year and some other stuff that it was like, man, I needed this. Yeah. Sometimes it isn't about what you want, but it's what you need. Yeah. So when I went to Bluffton, what I found was I learned a new sense of purpose. I learned a new sense of community. Yeah. And them folks loved me even though I was unlovable. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So there was a lot of stuff that was really, really cool. And then from that, by the time I was a sophomore in college, I didn't know what it was, but I was like, I think I want to work in education. I want to work in higher ed. And so I ended up finding out about student affairs, and I went and did my master's in that at Bowling Green State University. Oh, right on. And loved it. And
Falcons.
Did my, right? It was unfalcon believable, I'll tell you that. So, you know, going to...
A quick little insight here. I actually was a bar manager at Ziggy Zumba's.
Oh, I know Ziggy Zumba's. Yeah. I know Ziggy Zumba's. Yeah. I mean, I've never been anywhere where spirits would be served. I want to be very clear about that. I am. No, but, you know, so it was like...
quite a haunted place.
Right. No, so, you know, it was a cool experience, but I was an offer when I was in graduate school. So I worked at Ashland University.
Oh, okay.
And did my assistantship there.
Eagles.
That's right.
Know them all.
That's right. Look at you, man. And so because I had
gone for way too long.
I had to think for a second. I was like, I believe that is the mascot. Look at you in my head. So like when I was at Ashland, I had honestly my first boss ever in higher ed, Sue Hyman.
Yeah.
And John Frazier as well. Sue in particular, though, was my direct report. She was the vice president for student affairs, and she was awesome.
Yeah.
I learned so much from her and learned to do by doing. You know, it wasn't like theoretical or anything. It was like, get in there and do it.
Yeah.
You know, we got to cut $2 million. How would you do it? And I'm like, I'm 22 years old and I want to go shop, you know? So, you know, they're like, you know, how would you cut? And I was like, I guess this. And looking back at that, she was one of the greatest mentors and still is of my life. We've stayed connected all this time.
She's still there?
She's retired now.
Oh, okay.
And loving life, you know,
Yeah.
being a mom and a grandmother and just rocking it and still stays connected to me.
That's cool.
They
Some
gave you
chump from
opportunity.
Lima,
That's
you
cool.
know?
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
well, actions speak louder than words.
I think
Yeah.
So
I think people can tell when you love them and when you're real.
yeah, yeah,
So-
yeah,
And so far, that's been my experience. I've been blessed with some really good people. So
yeah. Same.
Right. So so that was all my experience. And then I worked at Bowling Green, and when I finished, I went and worked there. And then I worked at Ohio Northern University over in Ada and worked there for a very, very long time. And recently I made the decision to get out of residence life. I just wanted to
How long were you there for?
Oh my goodness, over 17 years.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
So you were 17 years at Ohio Northern University.
Right.
Now, in that time, you did residence life, is what you said, right?
I did that, and I also did Polar Careers. I was in charge of career development too.
So now, what all does that entail?
Yeah,
All the residence halls, all the apartments, the staffing for that, all of that, and then with Polar Careers, I was to do that for about 6 months. I ended up doing it for 10 years, so I did both.
Yeah.
Which was really, really cool. Such an opportunity, and with that career development, I got to work with people and help them develop resumes and how to interview. And looking back at that, I think, what an opportunity. Here I am, this guy with tattoos and, kind of crazy Jack Nicholson hair and earrings, and I'm showing up and I'm like, let me tell you how to network, right?
But
The Shining.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is like, I think that's good because it lets kids take their guard down.
Right.
That's what I think. The first thing that I ever heard with student affairs was, number one, do no harm.
Yeah.
And then the second thing was meet students where they're at.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think one thing it's done for me has enabled me to be probably more youthful.
Yeah.
Further, though, I think it's allowed me and afforded me the opportunity to just really get a vest in people,
Now, let me ask you this question then, on the other side of that fence.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, obviously, you're going to, for kids that are going to have their guard up, and if they see you and they're like, okay, they'll let their guard down, they're like, okay, I can relate.
Right.
But now, what about the kids that are, and I say kids, but most of these people are probably 22, 23, right?
Right.
So these aren't kids, these are young adults. Mm-hmm. But what about those young adults, though, that have that sense of super professionalism, and they come see you and they feel like, how is this guy going to help me?
Right. Well, I think it's just finding an optimal balance. And I think the other part is I've always found if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
So for me,
yeah.
There are times that if I feel that relatability is not there, or my opportunity or affordance to be able to assist them, then I'll get them connected to somebody else.
Have you been there before?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you know what I mean, though? Like, we all have that. You guys know who I'm talking about. We're talking about that. I mean, not to sound sexist at all, but there's always been that one girl in high school where you're just like, she's super smart. Like she's never gonna talk to anybody else.
What?
She already knows what she wants.
Well, I think
she's gonna be a pharmacist.
Right. Well, I've worked with a lot of pharmacy students. And I think one of the things that's great, though, is that I have a relatability in terms of maybe exteriorly or whatever. I also, though, I read, and I keep myself in the game in terms of learning.
Yeah.
That's important. And like at the end of the day, I can give what I can give.
Right.
And oftentimes, it's an interchange also, because a lot of times you go in and you think you're going to be teaching somebody something, and you walk away taught. I've had,
always a good thing.
I've had students before that share some life experiences, or maybe we're in an interview or various things, and they have me bawling. Because by the end of it, I'm like, I got to take a minute. You know, and I'm like that because I'm a feeler, right? You know, like people go through some stuff and you're like, I'm gonna get some water, you know, and you know, so it's been a cool journey, and you know, and I'm now back in state higher ed and doing public speaking too, and I sing, I do all that stuff.
Yeah. So let's talk about college for a second, because this is something that we've never really touched on, and I kind of want to talk about your experiences. Yours also, Adam, and then I'll interject myself into it a little bit,
right?
Because I'm sure we all have very different aspects of what happened year one. So let's start with you, though, Justin.
Oh boy!
So year one in college, what are you anticipating?
Being real, there's so much to that journey. I think going in, I just wanted to survive.
Yeah,
I didn't know really what I was doing.
Yeah,
At the time, it's so funny that I ever ended up going into student affairs of residence life, because when I look back, I thought I was Joe Cool.
Yeah.
And I knew everything, and I thought blah, 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 I've got this. And looking back, I was the world's worst roommate with my first roommate.
Oh, really?
Mark Woods, if you're out there, I'm talking about you.
Sorry, buddy.
But you know, he went by Woody. At that time, Toy Story was popular. I remember he had Toy Story decals, and I thought, wow. You know,
he was all about it, wasn't he?
Right. You know what was cool though was
Andy wrote on his foot.
Right. But what was cool with him though was that he was authentic.
Yeah.
He knew who he was, and I didn't.
Yeah.
So, you know, that made it where I at times was probably even combative, because, you know, it was like, you know, it was annoying. And I look back at that, and through some of those experiences, I remember one night he and I just got laughing in the room over some stupid stuff. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was really, really funny.
Yeah. And
we couldn't stop laughing, and you found this connection, right?
Yeah.
And so then later, I didn't have another roommate in college. I lived alone, and then I was an RA for 2 years. But through those experiences,
Did you like living alone?
I did. Maybe it was a precipice of things to come, because guess who's alone, y'all? Got a cat and a dog. So, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, you don't know what's going to happen in life, right?
Yeah.
But one thing, I'm such an extrovert that I think at times that alone time is important. You know, people talk about all the things, you know, with COVID and stuff and some of the craziness.
Right.
I know for myself, there were some silver linings in that, because there was some time of alone time that I had to really deal with Justin, and I had to really kind of, wow, I don't have all this interruption right now. You know, I'm not interacting with people all day, and I'm like, wow, I don't really like some stuff, you know, so I had to fix it and change it, and you know, only clean the house so much. You know, I was working from home for a few months, you know, but during that time, I found that I need not all the distraction all the time and the noise. Sometimes you need to listen to yourself. Yeah. You know, and
absolutely.
What do I think? Not what, you know, this expert or this life coach, because everybody's a life coach now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me coach your life. And I'm like, I don't know that I want you to call the shots. I just would like maybe some
feedback.
Some pointers.
Right, feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me, run your own life. I got mine.
Right.
So what about you, Adam? What was your first year of college like for you, man?
Well, I was fortunate enough to go to Ohio State Lima, so I wasn't far away from home, so I didn't have any roommates or anything like that, but still wasn't going to think I was going to know anybody.
Right.
Well, I don't know how they do it now, but it's like a week or two before actual college started, they brought all the freshmen onto campus, so you can kind of get to know everybody. So when you're on campus, you can be like, oh, hey, I met you over there. So they broke us down in like groups of like 15 to 20, and then we went on like different places. Or like one group went to like a bowling alley, and another place went to like scavenger hunt or something. So you got to know your group. So your first, you know, week of college or whatever, you're just not like, I don't know anybody, you know. So that was fortunate enough. So I got to meet a lot of cool people, and you know, continue to see them throughout campus. Like, hey, you know, we have a connection. You know, not all freshmen were there, just whoever wanted to come up and, you know, show up and meet people. So you're not like that lonely freshman coming in there. So it was really nice. But got to know a lot of people, and super good experiences, and still to this day.
What did you anticipate from college though? Walking in.
Oh man, you know, with him just more or less survived, but it was almost like a relief, because I was like, out of high school, done with the drama, business management and music.
Okay.
And did choir and all that great stuff. Got to meet some great musicians and singers throughout the years and everything. And I don't know, but that first year was I don't know. I guess like the first couple months was just, like I said, surviving and get to know people. But it came a little bit easier when I knew a bunch of other freshmen that I knew from the beginning, little camp out, I guess, like an overnight type deal.
Right.
So it wasn't, and I got to stay at home with my parents, so I didn't have no roommates. I just go straight back home, which was nice. So
I'm gonna throw my little experience here at you guys.
Oh, well, I'm ready, Mr. Bartender. Big man on campus.
So I went into college with the wrong mindset. I went in thinking, where's the party at?
Right.
I went in with the mindset of, I don't need to go to class. I went in with the mindset of, I want to be the one that runs the show.
We had a Van Wilder on our hands.
Kind of, except for I only lasted one semester
instead of like 6 to 9.
So it was. I treated college like a party. I went to Tiffin University and I paid for it. I paid for it heavily. Really? But I also feel like I grew from that. Without that experience, I got a real lesson of adulthood real fast. I feel like because I learned that. I'm in control of my entire future now. Life isn't all just about a party and about who you know and stuff like that. From there, I took time away from college, worked. I had a variety of different jobs. Went back to a factory. I did a little bit of everything. I've had about any job you can probably imagine naming. But after that, went back to school. Went for broadcast journalism. And communications. And I kind of was just feeling my way out through college, though. I mean, I never really had like a full experience with college. I feel like I did it my way, and not like the traditional way. But at the same time, though, I found a way to own businesses and, do my own thing. And, it took me up until March of 2021 to actually realize, okay, I'm a business owner now, and this is what I do for my career, and this is how I support my family. But I feel like my college experience was a start of my life ride.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a college experience for me. It was more of a life lesson.
Right.
So
mine. Go ahead.
No. I really don't. I mean, I think for a lot of people, I think that's part of that journey, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like. My pastor, Pastor Sherry Roberts, always talks about, you either learn from situation or revelation.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how you live, right?
Yeah.
So I think for some of us, we got to go through stuff to get to a place where you finally are like, I get it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas some other people, they go in and they just know, like you teased about being the smart person, but it's like, with the person in school or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just know who they are and they just go.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas for some of us, like we're trying to wayfind, and along the way costs a lot of money, or it's a lot of mistakes, or it's a lot of heartache.
Yeah,
and I've had all those.
Now that I think about it, my first year of college, I actually went undecided. Now that I think about it, I didn't know what I just wanted to go in, get basics, and be like, what do I want to really do? So I guess that first year was.
Did you take a bowling class?
So I did. I did take a bowling class. So that first year, now I really think about it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Got an A.
Munson.
That was
You've been Munson. That's what I want to know.
So we did have a lot of that, the Munson talk in the class, but it was really cool. Our final exam, they just split the class up and you just bowled against each other. So winner got an A+, loser got an A. So I was like,
nice.
Oh, cool, whatever.
Nice.
But that first year was just trying to figure out what I actually want to do, because all throughout high school, you always take those tests and be like, what do you want to do when you grow up?
Right.
I have no idea.
Right.
I don't know. I have no idea. So that first year, trying to figure it out, and that's when I met some people and got in bands and stuff like that. I was like, okay, business management, music. Okay, I could live with that and do that. And that's when I started getting into it. And then I was like, all right, I'm not going to do college anymore. Got out of that and moved to Texas for like 9 years. Only supposed to be there for 2 weeks vacation.
That's awesome. That's a big jump.
Yeah, it was a big scene change. It's 25 miles away from Dallas.
Wow.
So it was great. Everyone was just so nice. And when you say that Southern hospitality, it's real.
It is.
So it was really cool. And 9 years later, I'm back. So
wow.
Yeah, that was college for me. I guess the first year was trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do.
Sure.
Right. So now you finished at ONU.
Right.
Now you go to Lima Let's start from there.
Yeah, so I'm at Ohio State Lima now.
Yeah,
which absolutely love. I'm the manager of student life over there, so I run Perry Webb and get to work with some great people.
Yeah,
and it's awesome because I feel like all of my other experiences in higher ed and the various roles that I've done have kind of prepped me for this opportunity to get to work with professionals and to be able to lead and to be able to harness their abilities and their talents and their skills, you know, and really focus in on what matters, plus work with students still, which is just absolutely awesome. So it's just a journey, and
it's got to be pretty
really cool.
rewarding for you, like to see, the students leave and be able to grow as young adults.
I love it. For me, many of the students that I've ever had the chance of working with, I stay in touch with, or you get to be part of like their weddings or various events that take place,
That's awesome.
And to get to do that stuff, I'm like, it isn't that I have to, it's that I get to.
Yeah.
Right.
And with my current, opportunity that I am a part of, it's also, it feels kind of like a coming home experience. When I was growing up, my pops used to always tell me, when you finish college, he wasn't a college graduate.
You're going to run this hotel.
Right. Long since gone. But it was one of those where, he was like, when you finish college. And my mom is originally from Tennessee, and mom's like, well, if you don't go to college, you can go and get a job. And it was like, well, I don't know. But he worked at Ford. And he was a general foreman at one time, and he was an electrician. And I remember he taught some electrician classes at Galvin Hall. And I can remember one time in particular, we were in the Ford Black LTD. It was LTD Crown Victoria. And I remember driving. We were taking Pop's dinner or something. I don't remember. Mom might have just been showing us around. But I had this like full circle kind of moment being back there that I was like, you know what, I'm kind of back home. And it isn't just when I go to college, but it's also the first one I ever stepped foot on, that I remember.
Right.
So it's a great opportunity to be back. And I'm a Lima native. I love Lima. You know what I mean? So Beantown. I don't know,
it's
shouting for no reason.
It's a growing city, though.
Yeah. It is.
Like the downtown is popping off pretty good right now.
Right.
And I heard they just pass something like millions of dollars to help like business investors.
Yeah, there's different things that are going on like that.
Yeah,
and we're with Ohio State Lima. We're sharing the campus with Rhodes, and Rhodes is doing some great things.
How does that work?
It works really well. There's a lot of interaction at times, for various events, and a lot of our students. It feels like
just one campus, though.
It is in a lot of ways, because you got to think, for a lot of students, they may go to Rhodes for a portion, of their journey, but they may end up coming to Ohio State Lima, and we hope they do, right?
Yeah.
So, question: are there Rhodes kids taking classes with OSU kids?
Now I'm pretty new to it, so I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah,
and I may be wrong, but I think there are some interaction at times.
I think while I was there, I did meet some people, and I'm like, "Oh, you go to Rhodes?" It's like, "Yeah, I took a couple classes over here."
No, I don't go to Rhodes.
And regardless, it's not uncommon for people to run into each other, in the various buildings and stuff like that. So
right.
Because we share things like the gym and we have the fitness center in Perry Webb that people use. And, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I had some teachers there. I was there for a brief time before I went to Owens.
Okay.
I've been around. I was a college whore.
Well, would you look at that?
Would you just look at it?
You ever just look at it and just think, would you just look at that? Well, so that's hilarious. So I can't. Stupid.
Yeah, mine was just OSU Lima. I tried to stay faithful to one.
And I wherever I went, I finished with the exception of my doctorate. I was working on my doctorate at the University of Toledo, and I got through that, had some life stuff that, was going on, and I woke up one day and I was like, you know what? I've changed my topic a couple times. I got through all my coursework, finished my, major exam, all that kind of stuff. And I woke up one day and I was like, you know what? I want to get tattoos and I want to record new music. I haven't done this in a long time.
How many tattoos you have?
Just 2.
Just 2?
But my first one was 8 hours, brother.
Is that the first one?
Yeah, all the way up.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
Tribal's a thing, right? So, and this one has meaning to me. And
I traded this one for a 32-inch Vizio in 2011.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't, right? You're just like... TV.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. So
I made the guy actually send me his blood pathogen certificate.
Nice.
I was like, you're approved for this, right?
Right.
You can do ink.
Right.
He's like, oh yeah. He's like, I just got out of jail. I'm good.
That's good.
All right,
awesome.
good enough for me.
Right.
Good enough for me.
Let's roll.
Yeah, he came to my house and did the tattoo.
That's awesome.
In Bowling Green. We were actually
Wow.
That's why I was going there.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
TV for tat? All right.
Yeah.
Right.
TV for tat.
Nice.
Did he have his own shop?
No, he literally just got out of prison.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, does he get his own shop? And then people are just bringing in TVs?
This is back when, this is 2010, 2011 era. This is back when Craigslist was popping.
So people could probably bring in TVs and some sort of hey, I don't got cash for this tattoo. Like, just give me those shoes.
This dude came straight to my house. He picked up a TV and he's like, "Where do you want to get the tattoo up?"
And I'm pretty sure whenever it comes to when a tattoo is done at your home, I don't think that's legal. I don't think. I'm just putting that out
Probably
there.
not.
I got this one done at my house.
Did you?
I had 5 people actually get tattoos at my house.
That's awesome.
He instead of just all going to him, he's just like, hey, just have everyone come to your house. He's there for 13 hours.
Yeah, I remember back in the day they
5
used to do
amazing tattoos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine was the least amazing one. It was like the simplest, but everybody else were like,
I remember back in the day they used to do hotel tattoo parties.
Okay.
yeah,
Where a tattoo artist would just go to a hotel room and there'd be 20 people in there just drinking and partying.
So they still do that.
Wow.
They still do that, but not at hotels. They put up almost like a Comic-Con type thing, but not Comic, just tattoo stuff. And you just come up, you're like, hey, tattoo for 25 bucks. Or they do canvases and competitions and still get tore up on alcohol.
Actually, that happens it's in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
So there's a bunch. There's a bunch around here.
Yeah.
Well, at least the ones I knew in Texas.
Right. Now, you do more than just resident life at Lima, though. What all else are you doing?
Like I said, I'm not doing residence life anymore. I'm doing more like administration. So I'm working with some other departments. It was time for a change. Just, doing new things. Yeah. But no, and then I do music on the side, and I also do professional public speaking, and I'll get to all that stuff. But I think with music in particular, I don't know about you all, but I always wanted to sing. That was everybody's got their dreams.
You're talking to 2 guys that were in show choir here.
Right?
I started choir in 4th grade and
nice.
Never. All the way against the OSU.
Started.
Well, see, I never did anything with music really in school other than 4th grade. I did Kids from Bath, right? And we did we did the RAGTIME. It's ragtime, any old time, that kind of stuff. And I remember that riggedy time for me. It was ridiculous, but I didn't really know how to read music, and I was chicken. I just being honest.
Yeah,
right.
And but growing up, where it kind of started for me, I remember hearing people whistle.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to be able to do that, right? And I was like the chubby kid and the blah blah. I know you all are very surprised by that, but I wore husky in kindergarten. That was a good feeling. And but in 2nd grade, I was trying to learn how to whistle, and I'm practicing in the mirror, and I'm like. And I discovered I could make this laser, right? So then I'm like,
what?
Sweet.
Right? So then I'm like, right? Then I'm like, right? Whoop, as I take out the mic. And so then I realized that,
get out of
right?
here.
So then I realized,
that is awesome.
Right? Thank you. So then I realized I could do R2D2. So I was like,
yes,
right?
Hell yeah,
right. So imagine this is second. This
brother.
is right. This is 2nd grade during He-Man.
In the world.
Oh, you were killing it in 2nd grade,
right?
man.
So 2nd grade with He-Man, Transformers, all this kind of stuff. So He-Man would show up, and we're playing on the playground, or something. They're like, what did Skeletor say? And I'm like, I'll get you, He-Man. And so I could do the voices. I was a pretty good impersonator, and but I was chicken because I stuttered a little bit, and I was, like I said, I was real heavy, and I was.
Man, I was the same way.
Insecure.
I stuttered a bunch, man. So I didn't I really didn't start singing until I was in choir. But I was like, okay, I'm with all these other kids. No one will hear me.
Right.
I never sang. I just rapped.
Nice.
Rapped a lot. I rapped in high school even.
Did you really?
He did in show choir.
Nice.
Yeah, they had me rapping show choir.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, so for that's I want to hear. Do it.
Oh, I can't even remember.
Men in Black.
We did.
What
I
we
did the
did.
Men in Black one.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did that
was one
song
of
for
those.
sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was solo for that.
That's awesome. Well, so for me,
I'm sure that video is circulating somewhere.
right. And next up,
Hopefully not the bad one.
Yeah, I don't think that we ever bought that one. It's so funny. Long story short, when
this is a good story.
He was
This is a
going
good
off
story.
stage after one of the Men in Black raps, and gets the crowd pumped. Yeah, and he just yells the B word out on the microphone, but it's so smooth.
During a school.
nobody only a select few of us heard it.
Oh my
word! But then after the performance, we had to go back and watch it, watch a performance.
You do like a review.
He clearly says "bi."
Oh boy! Right.
I was like, get him.
I just remember. I remember our director. As soon as we did the review, my director, who was super cool, by the way.
Yeah.
He if we're staring, if you're me and I'm him. After I said it on the review film, he looks at me and goes, "You got to be kidding me!"
Right.
Clear as day, but nobody batted. It was like I said, like a sprinkle of us heard it. We're like, because it was so smooth.
Yeah. Right.
It was like part of the song. I was like,
well, and it is now forever.
So I was like, man, if we could have got that recording, I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch them.
I don't know, Battle Creek, Michigan.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, I'll look at that.
2007.
But going back with you, I used to stutter. I actually had to go to Sylvan Learning Center to get rid of my stutter and reading and stuff because I was
today, Junior.
Well, so
today, Junior.
And I never had to do that, but it was interesting because
mine was bad.
My brother was like the person that knew I could sing. You know,
like Step Brothers,
right?
Only like one person knew you could.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
You know, the voice of an angel,
right?
Fergie and Jesus,
right. So ridiculous. Y'all can quote like every movie.
No, we're pretty good.
I cannot. Like people, I'd be like, you remember that one part when it was really good, and people are like. No, I'm like, what movie? I can't the name.
Describe it to me.
Right. So no, but so I remember, Chad was 3 years older. We were going to Wilmington. He was going to Wilmington as
that was
student.
Your older brother's name?
Yeah, Chad. Okay. And so he's driving to Wilmington, and I was going with him. And this is back summer of '94, and we're driving down there. A lot of people have heard the story, but you all haven't. So we're driving down, and my brother's this big, burly, intense. I mean, just jacked, and he's like, "Dude." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You still sing?" And I'm like, I think. And he's like, "Do it." And I'm like, "Do what?" And he's like, "Sing now. Do George Jones." And I'm like, "Okay." And so, I just kind of sit there and I'm like, "He stopped loving her today." So I bust George Jones out, and then he's like,
yes.
In this back R. Kelly era, nobody sings R. Kelly now. Right. Shut that down.
Yeah, not allowed to.
Right. No, but so we're in the car, and he's like, "Do R. Kelly." And I'm like, "My mind's telling me no." And I just busted out, and he's like, "That's awesome." And doing Prince, I'm like, "Baby, baby, baby." And all these different voices, Cher, Tina Turner, blah, blah, blah. And Chad's like, "Dude, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it." And I'm like,
just getting that confidence in front of somebody. Yeah, right.
Right. And I'm like, "Dude, I can't do it." And he's like, "Do it." And I was like, "Nah, I can't do it." And he's like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Man, I think people find me out." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't know." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Dude, I think I'm gay."
Yeah.
I'm 16, right? Yeah. Chad's 19. And I'm like, "I think I'm gay." He spits his dip spit all over the truck. And I'm like, that was quite the response, And he's like, "Dude, you can't do that. Mom and Dad will kick your ass." And I was like, "I know, right?" Yeah. And that was it. And I just shut it down. Well, fast forward 4 months, he gets killed in a car accident.
4 months later.
Yeah, so it's like December of that year, he gets killed in a car accident, and all of a sudden I'm like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this?
So, and he was the only person that knew at the time.
Yeah, he was the only person who knew about that, and he was the only person that really knew I sang.
That you sang.
I around people or something funny, but it wasn't real. It wasn't obvious.
Yeah.
And so that was my junior high school. It was Christmas my junior year. And you get through that stuff. And like I said to you all earlier, I know a couple of the people that you've done the interviews with, like Chad Dunlap and Tug Taviano.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say enough about Chad. I just think, man, he's such an inspiring guy and such a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
I want to brag on Tug for a second. This is something I've never done publicly. I've never shared this. But after my brother died, I'll never forget Tug's family, who I used to go to youth group with. Tug's family and some other people, and some of the people from the youth group came and did Christmas carols at my parents' house.
Very cool, man.
Week maybe after my brother died, I remember we went to the door, and I'm standing there. I'm like, "What do you do?" And it was so beautiful, but it was also very hard, right? Because when you feel like the joy,
emotion,
right? You feel like joy's been sucked out of the room. So, with my parents, there was just a lot of grief. There was a lot of pain with all of us going through that, and you kind of get through it. But then eventually, I thought, you know what? Well, I want to try. And so senior year of high school, I auditioned for a musical called Tall Boys, and I got it, and I thought that was really cool. I was
probably not about beer, right?
Right, not at all. I was Mickey Loeb.
Mickey Loeb.
It really was about beer, no joke.
Oh, was it really?
It really was. I was Mickey Loeb, and somebody else was Budweiser, but it was really about right. But it was really about kids learning to not drink and drive. Right.
Okay.
Interesting part though, at that time in my life, like you talking about partying in college and stuff. My end of my senior year, I was grieving, right? So I partied. Yeah. I drank and stuff, and then going into college, some of those behaviors continued for a while.
So even going into a religion type of field.
Right.
That's weird.
Right.
You don't hear that.
Sipping, slipping, cussing Christian, right?
Yeah.
That's what, it's one of those things where, we've all got stuff, right? We've all got stuff, and most of us spend most of our life hiding or veiling that stuff. That's what we do, because then we can get out there and be acceptable, right?
Yeah. We had a similar conversation with Tug about this.
Right. I think he had talked about before, like performance-based Christianity or something like that.
Yeah.
When you're a kid growing up and you know who you are, right? Yeah. I did a podcast with Paul Briggs one time, and I remember with Paul, I was telling him, I said, my prayer as a kid from the time I was 6 years old till I was probably 19, was every night I'd finally get that place where I wasn't having thoughts, with feeling gay or whatever, and I'd go to bed and I was like, Lord, save me. I feel like I'm saved, but cleanse my heart, make me different in the morning, and if you can't, don't let me wake up. That was like my prayer every night.
Man.
Right? So
were you just like in denial of yourself?
That and I grew up Pentecostal. I grew up in the Assemblies of God. So you hear you're an abomination long enough, you believe that, right?
Yeah.
So it's what I came to realize pretty early was if I treat people well, maybe they'll love me, and maybe I got a shot. It may not be a big shot, but it's a little bit of a shot, right? What's interesting is I think that's always who I am. So I think that authentic self is truly who I am. I love people. Yeah. I love making others feel lifted, you know. But it also, too, I was in a process. I was trying to cleanse, right? I wanted to be okay. I wanted to make it to heaven. I wanted to see my brother again. So it may sound stupid, but I was a young boy and I was dumb and I was figuring life out.
At that age, what else can you do besides trying to figure it out yourself?
Yeah. Right. Well, and interestingly,
especially when and I don't know, but I'm guessing though, you basically felt like you were kind of alone in this mission of yours.
Right. And I couldn't tell anybody anything. And I had a few friends that, suspected, or they'd even ask like, are you gay? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? I was like, pluck my eyebrows, I'm like, not at all. I'm kidding. But, I'm being light. But, it was like, it was hard. And then the interesting part was, though, when I went to college, I met a woman my freshman year, and I fell in love. So now pull that all into the mix, and it was genuine.
Just a spiral of
just it was. But I fell hard, and have still had to process some of that, But we ended up getting married. We were married for 10 years. So
really?
Yeah. So I was married a long time, and went through all the joys and the hurts and stuff of a life together. And when it was all said and done, we divorced in 2010, and in that experience, I learned a lot, and
was that hard? Those 10 years?
It was awesome. I mean, there was a lot of joy. Like when you love somebody and when you have a friendship, and we were friends first.
Okay. But I'm saying, like in the back of your mind, though, did you know like this, or was this a whole new you at the time?
Well, I always knew there was the struggle, but you repress it, right? So it wasn't like I was walking around like, hey,
Right.
I met and I thought, wow, she's hot and I like her, and we're
this was just the you now. That was. I mean, there was no.
Right.
I guess I'm trying to comprehend the.
No one can. I can't either. Like, how do you comprehend this?
Well, I mean, not comprehend, but I mean, I'm just trying to think about like how you kind of walked through those 10 years of suppressing that. But then at the same time, like, do you just consider yourself, this is me now?
Well, that, and I think it didn't feel like suppression.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it felt
like it was the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'm cured. I'm, whatever. And
especially when you said it feels genuine.
Right.
Really
right. So,
before that.
Right. So, and then you go through that stuff, and then it was a bunch. It was a bunch. So you live and learn, and and then I finally got very public with it in 2015. I just felt like I had to, and because I felt like such a liar, and I'm not a liar. I like to tell the truth, and I like to be real and authentic with people and honest. And so I just thought one day I'm going to do this. And
was it a weight lifted off your shoulders at that point?
It was, but then it was like a new weight, right? Because then it's you're worried about everybody knows you lose some friends, you just do. Or they're busy, or if you introduce them to somebody, if you're dating somebody, it was like, oh, who's your friend? I like your buddy. And you're like, well, I like my buddy too. I'd like you to, so it's awkward. But then further, I think there was a lot of. I think, being honest, there was a lot of embarrassment for my family. My parents had a very tough time with that. And I think. Probably they've come a long way, right? They've come a long way.
Did anybody else know, like what you told us tonight, how your brother knew first?
So everyone knows that now. I would say my best friend, who I call my sister Renee, knew more stuff in 2012. My ex-wife knew stuff when we were married. We talked. I mean, I wasn't lying to her. I was I've had these feelings, blah blah blah. And
are you guys still cool?
Yeah, we're cool. It's
awesome.
But it's also it's a season, right? So you move on. We don't. It's not like we talk, and stuff. But we're cool. And there's a known love there. It's real. So
it happened. It's part of your life.
Right. But I'm an old fool now, right? I got divorced at 32. I'm 43 now. It's like time to move on. So it's. But in that journey, I think it's given me good stories. It's given me good opportunity to share with other people life experiences.
Yeah, live and learn.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. The more you know. I'm just kidding. So anyway,
the more you know.
Right. And some people were like, we would have liked to have known less. So you're like, my bad.
Kind of like how Will Smith's going on about things right now.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of stuff he's spilling. I'm just like, yo, I just want to remember you as the Fresh Prince.
Have you heard about that yet?
I've heard some things.
We'll dive into that here.
Boy,
we'll dive into that here later. But
oh goodness,
he's writing a memoir right now.
Oh wow.
And he's came out with some tidbits.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot.
Memoirs are cool.
Yeah.
But with that too, sometimes
have you ever thought about writing a memoir?
I've written one.
Have you really?
Yeah. When
where can we get one at?
Well, here's the thing that's interesting with that. So on the way back in 2016, I went with a group of students, football team, to Greece and Italy. And on the way over to Greece, I couldn't sleep. And so I wrote this book. And anyway, some of it's memoir based and some of it's more self-help and help others kind of stuff. Life coach. So anyway, it's one of those things where there's some stuff in it that I don't want to put out there. I think.
Do you think it would help people though with mental health issues?
I think in some ways, but I think honestly,
it's a big thing right now.
It is. One of the things that I've learned though along the way is that I could have used discretion at times.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes a little bit of discreetness or reserve regarding some stuff. Again, because super extrovert. Right. They're people don't need to know everything. Right. Some things are for you and for those people in that journey. And realistically, at the end of the day, there is some stuff I think that is self-help, but I think, again, oftentimes that's more meant for conversation or for interaction, right? We don't follow who is the best or the brightest, but we often follow who we know.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, I'd rather have real authentic relationships with people and share some of that stuff that I've learned. And then, maybe down the road when I don't have to worry about some of the people in the memoir that would, maybe sue me, I don't know. Then maybe we'll go for the money. But in the interim, there's just some stuff that I'm like, nah, I don't.
You'd like to reserve,
I would. I would.
Absolutely.
The only thing I would say about that is, and I'm not telling you what to do at all or whatever.
You tell me what to do. Do it right now.
But the only thing I'm going to say is a lot of people with mental health issues or I'm throwing this out there. I'm spitballing a little bit. I try to speak from different perspectives a little bit.
Right.
But what about the people who don't want to have those conversations, who would rather stay reserved themselves, but are looking for ways to cope with it?
Right.
What if you would actually put that stuff out there in a book?
Right.
And that would help those people?
Well, I think maybe it's pieces and parts of the journey. I think right now, some of the stuff I've done a little bit with music, of putting some of those experiences into poetry and into songs, and you can download them on iTunes, Spotify.
There you go.
Tidal, some of the stuff. Right. Yeah. But in addition to that, though, I think with where I am now, also with doing some stuff with public speaking, I think that's a more impactful thing for me. I'm more extemporaneous, so I'm the type person that when I put something in writing, I go back and I want to rewrite, I want to re-edit, I want to, so I'm like, and it's not that I don't think it would be good or that it's helpful, but it's one of those. The opportunity to go into college campuses and share some of the experience and share some growth on like emotional intelligence, talk about those kinds of things. And to give a plug about that, I, for years, have done a lot with public speaking. That's kind of been my thing. And David Coleman, who is, renowned in like the college speaking circuit and stuff. I've been friends with him for years, and he was always like, you got to do this. You got to do this. And it's interesting, much like my brother, I used to say I started singing because he died, but in reality, I started singing because he lived. And being a singer was being a leader. It wasn't just about making music, but I'm a barrier breaker. That's my life, And so that sound doesn't just affect people's ears in a good way, but sometimes it makes them stop, right? Or it makes them think differently. And so David Coleman had brought up to me, he's like, you got to go do this. It's time. And we would talk about it every year. And finally this past year, I was like, I'm ready. Let's go. And because I'd done it, I'd done public speaking at various conferences and stuff like that. And, won some awards and stuff, but it wasn't time, Well, then I stepped out, and Metropolis Management, got a hold of me through David, and it was just awesome because they hired me. They're like, it's about time, because they've known me for a long time. And they're it's through the college circuits, and so to get to go out there, and I this summer I got to go to SUNY Maritime College in New York, and I went and spoke at their first year orientation. But to be able to talk about, basically with emotional intelligence, you're talking about barriers that people face, and so it's bigger than just you. Sometimes if you want to help yourself, help somebody else.
Absolutely.
You gotta step, you gotta do stuff. And so that's some of the stuff that we talk about too.
I almost feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I don't know if I could ever do public speaking. Maybe. I
think you could. I
probably could.
You could totally do it.
I probably could.
You said the B word during Men in Black. I think you could do it, right?
Oh, yeah. I know. I'm probably sure I could do it. I don't know what I would speak on, but I think what you just said there, though, where you say public speaking not only helps the people that you're talking to, but also helps you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what a lot of public speakers do it for.
Absolutely, it's therapeutic, right? Because you're going to go through this stuff. Sometimes it's depleting, though, too, because you can talk with people, meet with people, and you're like, we're not connecting. You can feel that, and
Oh, I'm sure.
When you're your best to show, and then other times you're like, oh, that was horrible, right?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is regardless, it's, again, I get to, and to get up there and share with people some of my life experiences and the lessons I've learned, and through that process to be able to forgive, right? Yeah. And one of the best definitions of forgiveness I've ever heard, I've shared this. My friends are probably like, oh my goodness, we hear this a lot, but right,
but we never have,
right? But with I was watching Oprah. I went through my divorce. I'm watching Oprah, crying on the couch. Yeah, and I know people.
You get a car, and you get a car,
right? But people hate Oprah. They hate Oprah now. Everybody like.
I don't know, but why? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know the story.
Who knows? But here's my deal with her. I loved her, and I'm listening, and she had this lady that was talking.
Stedman loves her.
I can't with you. No, but it was one of those deals. Like she had this lady on there, and the lady was talking about. She said, "Forgiveness is letting go of the hope that the past could have been any different." Okay. I thought that was fire.
Yeah.
I thought that was fire because most of us spend our lifetime.
Say that again for me.
Forgiveness is letting go of the hope that the past could have been any different. And most of us
I like that.
Replay the tape, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. We keep going back and going back.
I mean, basically, you can't dwell on the past. You can't regret what's already happened.
Right.
You got to move forward.
Right. Because like I could sit around.
Like the Jeffersons. Just keep moving on up.
Like with my brother's death. But like with my brother's death, I want to tell people about his life. I want to tell him about his encouragement of me.
Yeah.
And I want and anybody that meets me meets him because he's here.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He's there too, but he's here too.
I got a question for you.
Right.
And I wonder if you ever thought about this. So when you said you first told your brother,
right,
in that car ride, his first thing he said was what?
He spit his dip everywhere.
His dip out,
and then he said, "Mom and Dad are going to kick your ass."
But I mean that does that mean anything to you though? There,
totally,
because he never doubted you.
Right.
He never there was nothing towards you.
Right.
It was just about, hey,
right.
You know, it was almost like a forewarning.
I really like that you asked that because that's a touch point I've never really got to touch on.
Yeah.
For me, he was my first experience with agape love in a person.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say I didn't have it with my parents. My mom and pops are amazing people, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're parents.
Yeah.
They want the best for you.
Oh,
they
absolutely.
push you. They,
Yeah.
Not that Chad didn't, but Chad loved me for me.
Yeah.
And so even in that instance, it was never, dude, I'm done with you. Or
Yeah.
I'm going to beat you up or,
Yeah,
whatever.
he didn't make it about you.
He just said he wanted to protect me.
Yeah.
That's
huge.
I think that says a lot.
That's cool, man.
What's interesting with that though is a lot of people know this part, but when he got in the wreck, his fiance was in the car with him at the time, and what was interesting is he held her in, and she lived. So that's the kind of guy he was, and that's not even like hyperbolized or created. He was heroic like that. I mean, he really was. He would have definitely protected or saved somebody else over himself. And he literally did.
That's super cool.
Man.
Right.
He seemed like a great guy.
He was. But he
like a
also
great guy.
held me down sometimes and farted on my face. And
Yeah. That's what older brothers
my
say.
face.
That's what siblings supposed to do.
I don't miss any of that stuff. And he charged me to ride to school, which I think was jacked up.
Damn.
Right?
How much?
Right. Well, it was typically I had to take care of the trash or something. And
okay.
And my mom to this day, my mom like, oh, now Chad helped with chores too. And I'm like,
No, that's all me.
Here's my
help
deal.
with shit, Mom.
Because half the time, he was like, yo, I'll do the dishes, Mom, I'll do them. And then I'm in there, it's
You want to
messed
ride to school?
up. Right.
You
And
want
I'm
to ride
like,
to your friends'
I'm like,
house?
I don't want to ride anymore. So my favorite memory though, we were driving one time. Well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, there's a lot of it doesn't matter. It's good stuff. We'll stop for the sake of all right.
That's funny.
Right.
Well, hey, let's take a minute real quick and hear from our sponsors.
What is Drink Aid? Drink Aid, previously known as Never Too Hungover, is an innovative and exciting nutritional supplement drink that is set to revolutionize the category of hangover prevention products. It's a perfect life hack for busy people who work hard, play hard, and enjoy life to the fullest. It comes in a 3.4-ounce bottle, TSA friendly for travel, and is a great tasting dietary supplement consisting of a natural blend of vitamins, antioxidants, amino acids, nutrients, and minerals. Its formula helps neutralize and process the toxins caused by alcohol in the liver, thus ensuring you feel great the morning after a night out on the town. Use my 6-pack for free shipping on 6-pack of Drink Aid. That's use code my 6-pack for free shipping on a 6-pack of Drink Aid. Celebrate and feel great the next morning. Thanks, Drink Aid.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Thank you, Drink Aid, for the sponsorship.
Thanks.
Justin Courtney with us here. Justin, talk to us a little bit about how your singing career kind of took form.
Well, like I said, I was encouraged by my brother to do it. I think by the time I was a freshman in college, I, started singing more at church, that kind of stuff. And then that kind of led to some of my friends from high school needed a wedding singer, right? So I showed up with my mullet intact, and perm, and
The old Adam Sandler gig.
I did not I did not. What's funny though? I didn't have that, but I had the. Do y'all remember the George Clooney haircut? Everybody had that kind of cold forward, and that bad boy was just like bangs, but they were choppy bangs. You were sharp,
like the Quentin Tarantino
Right,
from.
you're like, how's everybody doing? And I had a goatee, and I thought it was really sharp. Thing was so paper thin, like that was embarrassing. I was like, I'm going to sing this little ditty for you, and it was like, from this moment, I don't know how many times I sang from this moment at a wedding.
With a pencil mustache?
Dude, it was awful. It was a goat.
That could have been the thing, man.
It was a goat. It was a goat. It's the greatest of all time. But anyway, so
What's that guy's name? The creep? Who's that? What's his name, dude?
I think I
You know who we're talking about?
Dennis,
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. It wasn't quite that thin. It was just awful.
Waterman? Is it Waterman? Dude, we're going to find this out right now.
Well, I don't blame you.
oh, man, what's his name?
It's The Creep by Nicki Minaj and The Lonely Island.
Uh-oh.
That's who sings the song.
Oh, I know
John Waters.
John Waters.
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, that's okay. John Waters.
I forgot about that.
Did you have a pencil mustache like that?
No, it was never. It wasn't too pencil.
John.
No, it was not.
Maybe we can put that up down here to show.
No, I did get my beard trimmed one time, and they did something real close to that. And I ended up shaving the whole thing off. I was like,
yeah, going on.
It's too much work. It's too much work.
Well, before not this
the
one,
cream.
but I just shaved my mustache because it was like some Sam Elliott stuff. I'm like, dude, I can't do this.
But it's no shave November, bro.
Right. I can't do that. I can't do that. It gets too. Yeah, it's too much.
He had a ZZ Top one.
Dude, it was
that's
for
awesome.
a long time.
Massive.
That's awesome. Every girl crazy about a sharp dressed man.
So I got a lot of that in Texas. I got a couple people that for some reason mistaken me as like maybe a sibling to Billy.
Duck Dynasty guys.
Well, Duck Dynasty, but what's the ZZ Top guy's name?
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, Billy Gibbons. There we go. Billy Gibbons. But definitely get.
Well, like I said earlier, I can't remember any of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, the one, you know, and the one.
Jet Li and the one.
Right. So ridiculous. But yeah, so I started with the weddings and doing that stuff, and then I started competing in contests. In 1997, I competed in the Allen County Youth Talent Contest, and I won. And
right on.
And then I recorded an album that year. I did a gospel tape.
How was that?
It was fun. I went down to Lasting Sound Studios down in Bluntville, Tennessee. And, when we were going down, my mom's like, well, if you're going to record a tape, I want you to do gospel. I was like, all right. And so she's like, I want you to do Peace in the Valley. And
how old were you then?
I was 19 years old.
Oh, wow. So you were still pretty young.
I was a baby. I mean, I looked back at that stuff. And, so anyway, I went and did that album. And I wrote two of the songs. I wrote my brother's song. And I wrote a song called Open Your Heart. And, it did pretty well.
About a doctor?
Right. I was right. It was Madonna's. I was like, open your heart. I was sorry. It was like, but no. So I did that, and I was selling out of the trunk of my car basically. And then,
right on.
By the time I was a senior in college, I recorded my second album and signed with the Orchard and got distribution. Which was really really cool. And then I took a break for a long, long time. I opened for some people, like the group Anointed. They were a big deal.
Okay.
So I did some of that stuff, and then I took a break up until actually 2010, and I recorded another project. I went more kind of easy listening, and I'm more of a probably like a Chris Stapleton, Mark Broussard kind of singer.
Nice.
Chris Stapleton.
Right.
That's another one.
Oh, rest smooth.
That's actually was another one I got mistaken in Texas when I had my long hair down. I was standing in line, and someone was just like, "Excuse me."
Yeah. Anybody that does a song with Justin Timberlake is going to be the bomb. Justin Timberlake's man. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, bottom line, because you're like, everybody just says something, something. You're right. So it was fun, and like, I don't know, just getting to do that stuff. And then I've done some new stuff, and a few years ago, 3 years ago, I released 2 singles in the same year. Both were, true stories, and the one was actually a hit overseas, which was kind of cool. Not a huge hit, but all total, I've had, probably over.
So you had like BTS fame?
A little bit, but like it was really cool though, because it was like India and Jerusalem and places that I would never thought of.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It just kind of took off. It was acoustic. It was different.
Nice,
and it was fun.
Cool.
So I want to do more.
So have you ever done like a somewhat of a tour or anything, or like some concerts and stuff?
No, I've done some concerts. I've done some shows. That kind of stuff. But I've never done as much with it as I want, and I'm down. I want to.
So my question is especially being someone who's kind of done it at an amateur level, right? Like I'm not saying your singing's amateur by any means. I'm saying like
it's definitely
the level of it though,
right?
Or the level of the production of it,
right?
Have you ever thought about like throwing those tapes at movie producers? Because, a lot of the time they have to look for loyalty-free music.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, market me, man. Do it.
Hey, that's what I do, bud.
Let's go.
That's what I do, bud.
Let's go. My name's pretty sweet. Strangers on a plane. Let's get them out there. So
hell yeah.
Right. No, I'm down. I'm open. Right. Yeah. That's kind of my thing. Like I've never been a master of anything. I'm a jack of all trades. I like having my hand in a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I hear you.
And just doing it. So the music's always been part of it. And again, I think the singing. It was more, I think, about opening for others. It was to break barriers. You think about like in this area, you don't know a lot of people that are in the position that I'm in. That love God and are also gay and are family people and friends and and I'm not saying it's unheard of.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I don't think Allen County and Auglaize County and Hardin County and some of these places are known for inclusivity, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody's like, yay.
No, our area is definitely behind the times.
Right. So,
Definitely
but it's been a journey. And I think for a lot of people, it was, I'm someone that they can relate to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it was for me, doing the music and doing everything else.
No, that's big.
That's awesome.
That's huge. Really, it is. I mean, because, like, honestly, I think you can, for a lot of people who are in that, type of life transition or whatever you want to call it, I think a lot of people could look to you as, as a mentor.
I hope, man.
So
I hope.
And it helps that you've had that background, though, of, already helping young adults transition into adulthood.
Right.
So the relatability is there.
Right.
To, help kids in general or help people in general. It doesn't have to be kids. Help people.
Spreading the knowledge.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Life experience.
Right.
Spread the
Well, hey, let's get into some we're going to go into a little bit of freeform now in this podcast. But we really enjoyed listening to how, your background and how you have, transitioned through life as a human being. And
when it's interesting, when I'm super quiet, I'm just like, I want to know it all. I don't know anything.
That's awesome.
I like to just soak it in.
When my career aspiration, when everything's done, I want to do, honestly, when I'm done, retired from higher ed and all this other stuff and doing I want to keep doing the public speaking. I want to do more with music and I want to do more with comedy. I like that. I like doing the stand up. I like telling jokes. So that's going to be the next part of the journey.
I have spat that around so much in my mind.
Right.
What's that?
Just comedy. But what's funny is that you see these podcast guys who are already comedians, like The Fighter and the Kid.
Oh, yeah.
And you see these guys, they actually do tours where they do their podcasts as the comedy show.
Which would be amazing.
It's hilarious.
You should do this. You're good.
Oh, I would definitely
love to do that.
I would definitely do it. It would have to be, see, this podcast right now, and you all know this. Don't you? I know you all know this, but this podcast right now, we stay a little bit reserved because we want to have a little bit more of an educational stance to this.
Yeah,
right.
But I mean, if we were doing a comedy show, we would let it fly.
No holds barred.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, for real.
It would be interestingly fun.
It would be fun. Right. But hey, speaking of fun. Let's get into some. We're going to do a Mad Lib. Have you ever done a Mad Lib before?
It's been a minute. It's been since school.
All right, we got you. So
it's going to be fun.
Since the week has been in the 60s, this one's titled Summer Trip.
Yes.
All right. So first up, I need an adjective from you.
Oh boy. Let me think. Jovial.
Jovial?
Yeah.
I might need help spelling some of this stuff.
That's actually funny you say that. Remember how I told you about? This is gonna be a shout out to my buddy. When we did our freshman, when all the freshmen got together, we had to learn our names. Our group of 20 had to get around and learn each other's names. My buddy's was Jovial Jeff. I'll never forget that.
I always do Jovial Justin. Jovial.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I was Astronomical Adam, and we've never forgotten each other's names.
Astronomical Adam.
For this day, he's just like, hey, Astronomical Adam, like Jovial Jeff. That's cool.
I'm gonna jack one of them up though because I wasn't an English major. I want to make sure you know this. So somebody will be like,
it's all right.
Totally fun.
Because adverbs next. I'm gonna be like, I think this.
I don't think there's any of those. I think you're good. I think you're good on that.
Okay, good.
How about another adjective though?
Oh boy. Stunning.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then let's go with I need two nouns from you. Person, place, or thing.
I know, but I'm like, all right.
No right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Dog.
Okay.
Right. And then another noun.
Yep.
We're gonna go with. Give me a funny one. You guys pick one.
Person, place, or thing.
Yeah. Person, place, or thing.
We already got dog.
Too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Adam. Don't look.
Spaceship.
Nice.
Okay.
He's
good
galaxy.
He's good with the randoms.
My Mad Lib's gonna be the most boring Mad Lib of all time. And then a dog showed up, and he was jovial.
You would think so until he reads this thing off.
How about a plural noun?
Oh my goodness. Woodworkers.
Woodworkers. Okay.
There's a wood wall here. It just popped in my head.
All right. I got you. How about a game?
Tetherball, duh.
Nice.
All right.
As if there's another game.
I said that was going to be My second, I was going to say hopscotch.
Nice.
How about another plural noun?
Drivers.
Drivers, okay.
Nice.
Okay.
And then a verb ending in ing. Actually, two verbs ending in ing.
Sailing.
Okay.
Take me away. and singing.
Singing.
Nice.
Perfect.
Done.
And another plural noun.
Oh my word, this is so hard.
Sorry, I had just some
Right? Hats.
Hats, okay. How about another verb ending in ing?
Grooving.
Grooving.
Right? I'm an R&B guy, so you got to groove, right?
Yep.
Wouldn't it be cool to like
Chick grooving.
would it to be able to record in Motown?
I would have died. Are you kidding me?
So I grew up on Motown. My grandpa, that's
Right.
all he listened to. I grew up listening to Diana Ross and the Pips,
Right.
Smokey Robinson, The Miracles, Temptations,
Right.
Four Tops.
Can you imagine? I mean,
name
just
it.
the music.
Marvin Gaye.
Right?
Loved it all, man.
Right.
Loved it all.
Right. I'm down.
I listened to all that stuff.
I love it.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac was awesome. That was quite the transition. You're like, Motown and Fleetwood Mac.
Slayer.
Next up, Depeche Mode. You're like, what? What?
Every time I hear that, okay, this is horrible, and you probably do not know this, but the movie Orgasmo.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
I love that.
Nor
movie.
should any of one. No, I'm just kidding. Is it good?
It's the creators of South Park.
Oh, they're hilarious.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone
Yes.
made it. This is before they made. This is before they made basketball.
Yeah.
Right?
So good.
Yeah, but he stands there, and there's a mariachi band playing. He stands next to his buddy. He goes, I don't know about you, but I think this band's kick ass. Kind of sound like Depeche Mode.
That's right. That's hilarious. I totally forgot about that. That's
Every time I hear that, that's all I think of.
I want to watch it now. Shut up, Kurt! Remember the sister?
Oh, my gosh.
With her brace, her
Yeah.
headgear.
They do put
Their
in some of
headgear.
their voices in because it's a live action movie, so they
Oh
do
my
like
goodness.
put some sounds in there.
Yeah.
Or some voices.
That's
It's
amazing.
great.
All right, I need a noun from you.
A noun. Ball.
Okay? And then a plant.
A fine line buckthorn.
Okay.
I'm going to be very specific.
I like that.
Fine line buckthorn.
Sounds intense.
They're a pretty tree. I like them.
Okay. Part of a body.
Heyo! I'm going to go with something really obscure.
Okay.
Armpit.
All right.
Nice.
How about a place?
A place. Greece.
Okay.
Hands down.
And a verb ending in ing.
Rolling.
Okay. And another adjective. This is going to be interesting.
I know, right? Let me think. Miraculous.
Okay.
I'm excited to hear this.
A number.
A number. 13.
Okay. It's a bad number.
I know, right?
How about another?
asked for
And
it.
then lastly, a plural noun.
Mesh up like, well, I don't know, like fish. I don't know. That's
Fish.
because you can't say fishes.
Right.
Can you
right.
flying?
No,
No.
Drive flyers.
Let's do. Not opponent. I'm like this. Why do these umbrellas? There we go.
Umbrellas.
Okay.
Okay. We
Right.
can do that.
Oh,
Next up. All right. All right. That's it. All right. You ready for
Everybody's
this?
like, that is not a plural noun.
All right. So
here we go.
a vacation is when you take a trip to some jovial place with your stunning family.
Okay.
Usually you go to some place that is near a dog or up on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Obviously.
A good vacation place is one where you can ride woodworkers or play tetherball.
Heyo!
or go hunting for drivers.
So ridiculous.
I like to spend my time sailing or singing. When my parents go on vacation, they spend their time eating 3 hats a day. And fathers play golf, and mothers sit around grooving. Last summer, my little brother fell in a ball and got poison fine line buckthorn all over his armpit.
Oh,
Nice.
no.
That makes sense. That's an awful fall.
My family is going to go to Greece, and I will practice rolling. Parents
Perfect.
need vacations more than kids because parents are always very miraculous. And because they have to work 13 hours every day all year, making enough umbrellas to pay for the vacation.
This was a good one. Mine feels logical, doesn't it?
A little bit.
That was good. That was awesome.
Mad lib.
All right. So now Adam has picked out 3
Let's do it.
Korean snacks for us to try. And as we try these, he's going to ask you, we have 15 rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you got for us, Adam?
I have no idea.
right.
I'm excited. I love
I'm
international food. I'm down.
So
all I can say on this one, brownie chocolate chip cookie.
Yum.
All right, Harry, go ahead.
all you.
So it's between you and me.
That looks amazing.
I'll take the blue.
Like blue?
Yeah.
Okay. This is
In the world.
It's a carb day.
So,
Oh, it smells amazing.
see, it's like a little scrumpet.
okay, so mine is just a blue wrapper with. Now yours says brownie on it, Justin, but it
Yeah.
looks like it's like brownie filled cookie.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm guessing chocolate. It looks
and
delicious.
Adam looks like he has like a little puff biscuit.
Right.
Yeah, mine says. I mean, it says a lot of stuff, but I don't know what it says.
Mine is a blue wrapper, and all it says on it is cream.
I bet blueberry or something like that, don't you think?
Oh, okay. I think mine's like a vanilla type of cookie.
All right, we biting into this or we just
Yeah,
looking
go
at it?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
Mine's
god,
awesome.
it was like a jelly filling, but it's like a fig Newton.
Mine's good.
Yeah?
Too. That's pretty good. It's real flaky.
This isn't bad. This tastes like a vanilla wafer with like icing in the middle. You got it everywhere.
Are you aspirating?
You're
or
like my daughter's eating crackers.
Don't die. Drink some water. He's choking legit. Is he okay?
That was very flaky.
Right.
I inhaled like the.
I can tell. It looked like you.
I was trying not to cough, so it spray everywhere. I did exactly that.
You're like, and then I did.
Damn it. It's really good, but as you can see, it's very flaky.
I wasn't bad. Mine wasn't bad at all.
Mine was
went
awesome.
Mine tastes like vanilla wafer. Legit.
Well,
I'm going to have to. I'm just going to leave it there.
Okay.
rapid fire questions.
I'll clean
Yeah.
it up at the end.
I don't know how I feel
Sorry
about
if I spit it all over you guys. I literally inhaled,
you were good.
and it was like dust in my mouth so fast. I couldn't stop it.
That was all.
Am I good?
You're good. You're
All
good.
right.
Ready for rapid fire, Adam.
I'm so sorry.
I love it. He's like, I may need a minute to catch my breath.
Okay. Rapid fire. It's for you, bud.
Okay.
What is a good spy code name for you?
J-Town.
J-Town?
J-Town.
Okay. Who would you
a terrible
play?
one.
Who would you want to play in a movie about your life?
Man. Robert Downey Jr. just because he's
Joe,
awesome.
I was thinking the exact
awesome.
same
Right?
thing.
That's sweet.
Right?
Legit was thinking the exact same thing.
It's awesome. I
I
dig
think
it.
it's the styled
It's the beard, and I think
styled tee.
right.
Yeah.
I once in a while people will say that I look like him. I'm like, really? That's awesome. Like, 'cause, I'm like, last time I checked, I don't look quite like that, but all right.
Have you ever given out any autographs yet?
I want to. Let's do it today. I'm down.
Robert Downey.
I think I'm going to change mine if I ever had that question asked to me. I'd want Rodney Dangerfield.
That would be awesome.
Wow.
If I didn't have Robert Downey Jr., I'd want Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's underrated.
Okay.
I like him.
That would be a
He's
good one.
intense. He's got an
Yeah.
intenseness. He's good.
He was good in the movie Guilty. Did you watch that yet on Netflix?
No.
That's good.
It looked amazing.
Guillotine?
It was
Good.
Guilty.
Oh, Guilty. No, I have not.
Guilty.
Not heard or seen that. Favorite TV show growing up?
Oh, wow. Honestly, probably The Cosby Show when I was a kid.
Okay.
Right?
So taboo now.
Right? Man, I don't know that, and there were a bunch of them. But yeah.
That's when the good shows were
about-
back then, when everyone
yeah.
actually
And
watched.
Heat of the
Cheers.
Night.
I like Cheers when I
Oh,
was a
Cheers
kid.
was amazing.
Right?
I love Cheers.
Right?
In the heat, you ever watch In the Heat of the Night growing up?
I did.
That was awesome.
I did.
What was he on? What else was he on?
And I liked A Different World. You used to watch that on Saturday mornings. Did y'all watch that?
A Different World?
It was good. Mm-mm. It was good. NBC, I liked it.
I liked In the Heat of the Night, but who was the chief that was in The Heat of the Night? He played on another show. Archie Bunker?
That sounds right.
Oh, I don't know, man.
That sounds right.
I don't watch a lot of that. I watch my own show.
I liked Little House on the Prairie as well.
His son was Meathead.
Don't judge.
No, never.
Yeah, wasn't his son Meathead, I think?
I don't remember.
I think so.
Meathead.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You liked Little House on the Prairie?
I did. Don't make fun of me.
I thought it was so boring.
It was, but my friend Renee looks like Laura Ingalls. So it was
It's like, hey,
we used to call her Half Pint. It was like, I'll stop. Anyway.
What is your favorite thing to do in the summertime?
Hands down, anything in the sun. I don't care what it is. So, But I love yard work, riding the bike, laying out, swimming.
Being outside.
Heck yeah.
Active. Okay.
I'm a sun worshiper.
What are you most looking forward to?
Time.
Time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to.
More time or?
Yeah. Just to do stuff, to experience stuff. Like I said, I love to travel. I love to go places. So probably.
Get more life experience.
Yeah. More life,
Meet
more
people,
time.
Give out your knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope I have more time. I feel like it may be stunted at some point. I don't know.
What never fails to make you laugh?
People laughing.
Yeah.
If somebody else is laughing, I join. You know?
It's just contagious.
Right. And then I think, honestly, when people fall or get hurt, I mean, that's
Random stuff.
which is terrible, but you're like, oh, I can't believe you fell on your face. You know, and you're like, what
Man, there was a lot this week at that tailgate. I was like, yo, did you see that?
Oh,
that dude just tripped and fell. Or that little baby who thought that giant baseball was like a rubber baseball. And she ran face first into it. I'm like, that's steel cement.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, but yeah, other people laughing probably always.
Adam,
Okay.
I want you to answer that question because I already know what it is.
What makes me laugh all the time?
Without fail.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff you do. I don't know if I should
What?
say it.
No, just say it. I already know what it is.
Other than
No, just say it.
pooping your pants.
Yep. Every single time.
Every time he farts, it's like, I've never heard this. What is this? Is this real?
I would like to state for the record, so far that has not occurred, and I'm pretty happy.
I think he's just trying to hold it in for the sake of you being here. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm not. I'm good right now.
Is the creature from the depth. If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
It'd be, come on, man. And it would be literally about
Herm Edwards.
right.
Come
I
on,
get
man.
it. Right. That's literally that's really what it would be about. Is just like helping people get past stuff. Like, are you serious? Come on, man.
That's
Come
cool.
on. Yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
That's a good question. I mean, I believe in spiritual stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, I would say probably at some level, but I think people are caught up in that mess, though. Oh my goodness,
We had a big
my
discussion
house
today.
is haunted.
Yeah.
I'm
We had
like,
a-
stop saying that. Let it
So
go.
we want to get paranormal investigators on our show. If you're a paranormal investigator, call us.
Or
'cause we
no.
want you on this show.
I gotta know. I'm curious.
Who are you going to call?
Yeah. Somebody.
Right, right,
Somebody else.
right,
Somebody
right,
else.
right. I don't want to be here for that episode. I'm just letting you all know.
Here's the thing. We both are like in that tweener of like I don't know.
Like you do? You don't? You do?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
I want
I
to
don't know if we
believe, but like
believe.
I don't. I'm like seeing is believing, but I don't
Right.
want to believe. And then something like it latches onto me. I'm like, oh, I don't want it anymore. Like, sorry.
Right.
Like, I don't know,
Right.
man.
It was neat.
I don't go seeking out.
Right.
You know?
It was neat till all of a sudden, like, the
Yeah,
table.
yeah.
It's like we thought this.
like
would
I
be
feel
boring.
like I wouldn't be able to take it easy. Like I like if they were like, oh yeah, it's gotta be. No, it's not.
Right.
Shut up.
No. Well, because like for me, when I saw Insidious and some of that stuff, that kind of I
Yeah.
was like, I'm good.
See, that's the thing. My
I'm
girl
good.
is huge into like horror movies. That's
Don't
her. That's her
believe it.
niche.
It's hard for me to just like sit there and be like that.
I think there's some reality to stuff. I just think people need to there's an expression Donna Kretsch says all the time: "What we focus on multiplies." So to
Yeah.
me, I want to change my focus, man. I'm shifting that joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shifting it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
start dreaming about dollar bills.
I actually, when I was down in St. Augustine, Florida, there was like this ghost chasing thing going on. And I was walking back from downtown. I went by him and I said, in Jesus' name, stop that stuff. I sure did. I sure did. The lady was like in the middle of the stuff. And they're like, and at this place we've got, and I was like, in Jesus' name, shut it down. I just kept walking. But I really, and the lady was like,
That is awesome.
Yo, walking around chasing ghosts, what's wrong with you?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
We would have a lot of fun, Justin.
That's awesome. What is your last Google search?
Oh,
He's like, let me look this up.
Let's check it out. Google Maps. Isn't that lame?
I always use Google Maps. I always use it.
I did Maps, and before that, I I did look up where they had about look. I don't even want to lie because I want to show you what I looked up because I had read about it, and so that was my last one.
Did Biden poop his pants in Rome?
I love it.
I looked it up because I saw it on on some stories. I was like, oh Lord, is this real life? Everything is so dramatic. So I did look that up.
That's amazing. That is absolutely.
You read it.
Hilarious.
That's the first time actually someone pulled out their Google search.
I know.
Well, that tells you what some of them are looking up.
I know.
Right.
I'm not judging.
What was your last impulse buy?
Oh, always cologne.
Cologne.
Yeah, right. I have on so much right now; they're dying. But one squirt smells so good, I put on like 10. So
this is amazing.
yeah, but like cologne, right?
Dump it all
right.
over.
That's kind of how I am. No, cologne. I just bought some Armani Stronger with You. That stuff's good. And
Really?
Mixed with some Tom Ford. Hey, you can't go wrong. Got to mix colognes. You got to blend them.
I've always been a
Right,
Stetson
right.
fan.
Right? I'm not mad about that. No, that old musky smells, I love them, man. I can't smell enough like a cigar and bourbon. I love that. Love it.
I don't know if we want to stop here and start it
No,
over.
we're good.
Okay. What object do you misplace or lose the most?
Probably my cell phone or my keys.
Really? I'm the same thing.
same
I am the professional putting stuff down and completely forgetting where it's at.
Right, and sometimes like it'll be stupid stuff like a Coca-Cola or something because I like Coke Zero and I drink them. I mean, I love them, and
Yeah.
I'll set it down and I'm like, where was I at? And it's like I was over by the shower. I
do that.
I was like,
I do that.
I'm not that kind of a drinker of Coke Zero. Like by the shower, like I don't know.
I do that with my bush lights.
Right?
Well, except for this weekend.
Oh, yeah, we're just sucking them down. We're good.
I knew where each one was.
Going down.
This was delicious.
Do you have your own Netflix account or do you use somebody else's?
No, I have my own.
Do you have other people use yours?
I do. And you know what's funny, though?
That's a nice guy.
This is the weird
Right.
part, though.
Sharing is caring.
I almost never watch TV.
Really?
That's a random. So, like, sometimes when people get talking pop culture stuff, I only get it because of glimpses of stuff and because of social media. Because
Makes sense.
I probably... I'll go to a movie theater and I mainly go because I want popcorn.
Yeah.
And I loved Schitt's Creek, though. I will say that. I thought that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Watched all of it. And I watched Tiger King.
Nice.
Because it was COVID.
You had to.
And I had to. I was like, I want to know what all this fuss is
Have
about.
you watched Squid Game yet?
No. Nope.
What object do you misplace or lose the most?
Probably my keys or cell phone.
Use a cell phone?
Yeah.
I'm the same way, but I always carry around like a vape too sometimes. So I always just like I'm the master just laying stuff down and completely
is.
just walking away, be like,
Definitely
"Argh!"
is.
But you won't like when I find it's in the most random spot. Like I'll go put on my shoes, hit on my phone or something right there, like on the floor with my
Right.
shoes, and be like, "The hell is my phone?
Yeah.
Why is it on the floor by my shoes?
Because I
just
put
them
it there.
on. Like, what? Anyway,
Messed up.
I don't lose a lot of things, though, do I?
dude, you misplaced a couple of things.
You just lost your keys outside.
That's true.
Say,
I
hey, do
do.
you have my key? I'm like, we drove here separately.
I don't have keys, though. I just have one single key.
Key fob.
Yeah.
That's so
I don't-
crazy.
I hate having, like, a ton of keys.
Same.
It's like, this is all I got.
Yeah,
That's my
so
key.
yeah,
That's awesome.
that's just to your car.
Yep.
That's amazing. So you don't have a key to your house? It's all like code entry. Boop, 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 boop.
My house is all digital. Ask Adam.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I have created my own smart home.
It's like
I still have a key, and my bestie every time she comes up, she's like, "Get a code," and I'm like, "But if you do this for a while
Yeah.
and find it, it's annoying."
I'm actually so
annoying.
Actually, next weekend it should be here next week actually, but we have the new lock that digitally locks our door.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
some
that way
real
I
Tony
can,
Stark stuff.
I can do it all from my
Right.
phone.
Hashtag beast mode.
Yeah. Or like in our living room when it becomes nighttime, all of our lights in our living room go purple.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got it all set up.
During the daytime, they go orange.
Nice. At nighttime, it goes purple, and it's like, close the door.
Yep. Yeah. I'm big on all digital stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, he is. Okay, here we go. Do you have your own Netflix account or do you use somebody else's?
I do have my own Netflix account.
You do?
I do, and other people use mine.
Okay. I don't have my own.
But I don't watch.
You don't
hardly
watch
ever. No.
nothing.
I watch Schitt's Creek because I loved it.
It's a great show.
It was amazing. Moira. I love it. And
Eugene Levy's son, he's hilarious.
It's some of the funniest stuff ever. Just go ahead and turn the knife in my back. That show was amazing. And I loved Tiger King during COVID.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
You know, it was
Had
like,
to.
That was a thing.
You had to know what was going on. My favorite scene in that entire thing is the dude on the ski-doo.
Oh my gosh. Who didn't love that guy?
It was the best part of the whole show.
Really, they're going to have a season 2.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Actually, he just
Carol
came out,
Baskin.
he just came out with a quote too not too long ago. I think it was just a couple days ago. He said,
Really?
"Yeah, his prostate cancer's back." He's like, "I bet Carol's going to love that."
Oh wow! Well, I don't really watch TV though. I'll go to the movies once in a while, mainly for popcorn. That's
Yeah.
what I go for,
Yeah.
as much butter as possible and salt.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've been at the movie theater.
I love doing that.
Have you ever did the trick with the butter and the straws in the popcorn?
No,
Could you get a
what's
big
this?
old thing,
What?
big old thing of popcorn and get you like 3 or 4 straws and just put them in different spots, and you have that butter. Did you own butter at places?
Yeah.
And you just go up there and you hit your button and put them in some straws, so you get them all the way down in your
No
popcorn.
way.
So you know what I'm saying?
See, I
Put
know
your
what
straws different levels.
I would never do that. What I do is I go up and I'm
just
like,
cover the whole entire thing.
I tell the people, I'm like, listen, I need this filled at multiple levels. If I've got to do my own butter, I'm like, give me a quarter. I go
oh,
butter
come
it.
back and okay.
I need you to fill a little more. And I'm annoying. I'm that
But,
guy.
well, that was a trick I learned recently. Instead of
Wow.
they give you a whole bucket, like why don't you take some straws, put like 4 or 5 straws all around it, and then
made
just
me wanna
put
go
your
get-
butter in the straws. I'm like, I'm getting it at all levels. That's
Right?
amazing.
It makes me want to go get popcorn. Best snack
That's
ever.
interesting.
That's
Did not
awesome.
know that. Now, the last movie theater I went to, we watched Sonic with my kids. We
wow.
went to the Dublin theater where they have the reclining leather seats.
Isn't it the best
Yeah.
thing ever? It's like you've never been anywhere before.
I don't remember that movie because I passed out.
I bet so.
Just recline back and
Nothing wrong with
gone. Snooze time.
Nothing wrong with that.
You been there? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. This is the best theater ever.
That's all. I've been to one since I've been back and watched Shang-Chi, but it was an IMAX, so it's a regular chair. But all the ones I've been in Texas, they have like studio movie grill,
Right.
where it's all lounging, or you literally hit a button, someone comes up, it's like, "Hey, you ready to order?"
Right.
Have a full menu, or like you
that's
said,
nice.
like a full reclining seat with heaters.
Wow.
That little thing when you heat it, like, oh, it's nice.
Nice.
That's when I would fall asleep.
Giggity.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general.
Guilty.
I don't know. Potato chips for sure.
Ooh,
Cheesecake.
Anything. I mean, food. Any
Yeah.
guilty pleasure with that. And I would
Naughty.
say that's not. I don't know. That's boring. That's a boring guilty. My guilty pleasure is potato chips. I
was gonna have a guilty pleasure.
potato chip. You know, it's like, I can seriously I'd get up in the middle of the night and just mow in the pantry. It's
Smash.
the
Maybe
best thing
any
ever.
specific favorite tater chip?
No, just plain.
Oh, just plain.
Plain salt
Jane.
chips or
Okay.
popcorn. Yep.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Mark Broussard, and I would say "Cry to Me."
Really?
Yep. And then if I didn't do that, I would probably like "Sweet Home Alabama" or something like that.
Oh,
Okay.
But "Cry to Me," are you kidding me? Like when you're all alone,
Yeah.
in your lonely room.
Killing it, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Adam,
Gotta do it.
What was your joke the other day about karaoke? You said workers got told that they could go home early if they. sing
Oh
a
yeah, so
karaoke
I saw
song.
this. I saw this like video or TikTok. I don't know what it was, but it was like some construction workers,
Right.
And their boss said, "Hey, if any of you guys go out in the middle of the floor and sing a full karaoke song, I'll pay for your lunch." So the next like 15 minutes, he went up to set up the stage in the middle of the construction room. Dude sang tequila. Dun, 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 dun. Which you want to say
because it's
tequila
got, like, 3
2 or 3
times.
times. Boss shut it down and he was like, "You dick." Shut it down. He's like, gotcha, boss, gotcha.
Right.
Tequila.
And lunch is provided.
You're right.
I assume we'll be drinking our lunch. Perfect. You know, like,
And last rapid fire question: which celebrity annoys you the most
man, there's so many.
currently?
So many.
Currently, oh my goodness. My mind's going blank right now. I can tell you this: back when I was a kid, Tori Spelling, 90210,
yeah.
drove me nuts.
Yeah.
I never understood the appeal, but I know Daddy on the film production. Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, he was like the movie exec, right?
Right, Aaron Spelling or something like that, wasn't it? But
she saw none of that money, right?
who else? Current celebrity? Anybody drives you all nuts?
Kanye West drives me absolutely up the wall. I don't understand why he talks sometimes.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Or like Pete Davidson, he wore a hat on SNL that said make Kanye West 2006 again.
Wow.
Yes. I want to hear Kanye wired.
Wow.
Wired or whatever it was when he has his mouth wired shut.
Oh yeah, he had his jaw wired shut.
Yeah, that was
right when he first started rapping.
Okay.
Yeah, he was good.
About that.
He was good then.
Yeah. I liked it.
I don't really. Yeah.
I mean, how often can you say like someone has their mouth wired shut? And like, yo, I'm gonna lay down a full album.
Right.
Well, did he do it though while his
mouth was wired shut?
And he actually did the album with his mouth wired shut?
Yeah, that's why it's called like wired shut or something like that.
Wow.
I
One
didn't
of the
know.
first one. Yeah, like he like busted his mouth open.
I thought.
But his stuff was.
Yeah, I thought it just happened during that time. I didn't know he recorded with.
I don't know if
his
it's
mouth
all
wired
the
shut.
songs, but I know some of the songs you'll hear him like with his mouth literally shut, like wired shut, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna spit hot fire through these teeth."
Wow.
Yeah, so
Here's your sign.
that's when he was good then. That's when he was good then, and then he had to pose as like Jesus and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm out. I'm cool with that.
All right. Well, let's get into some of these would you rather's, Adam. What you got here for us, man?
Oh, here we go. Down at the bottom. Okay. Would you rather
So this is to me and you both here, Justin.
Yep.
Or actually all three of us.
everyone you love forgot your birthday, or everyone you love sing happy birthday to you for 24 hours straight? Ooh. Everyone forget your birthday, or on your birthday they're just straight
Sing
happy
it.
birthday.
Sing it for 24 hours straight. I'm totally down.
Yep.
Let's celebrate.
I'm going the same way.
Yeah, I'll go to the 24 hours straight.
Yep.
Singing
Right.
it.
Just be like,
Be
dude,
the worst and forget it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
everyone's gonna know it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know though. I would say like at like midnight that night I'd be like, oh okay.
Here goes.
Whenever you guys are ready to go home.
Oh, tell me all about it.
Yeah.
Would you rather start a colony on another planet, or be the leader of a country on Earth? Would you rather start a colony on another planet, or be the leader on a country on Earth?
Leader.
Leader on Earth?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Earth.
I think I'd rather start a new colony the way we're
way
sitting
things
right
are.
now.
Go check it out, a different planet.
Oh man, yeah.
It's been real, Earth.
It's been real, y'all.
See ya.
Yeah. Let's go up here with the white aliens.
I think where my mindset goes with that, that would like to go deep on it, is I'm kind of solutions oriented, so I like to fix
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
to fix
Okay.
stuff,
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what I want to do, man. Either one would be pretty cool.
right? You did say spaceship earlier.
I know. It's just like when you said earlier, it's like being if you're in the room with the smartest people,
Starships.
you're the smartest person in the room.
You're in the wrong room.
Right. It's like, I've never found that room yet. So I'm still searching. Would you rather never be able to keep anyone else's secrets, or have someone tell you all your secrets? Would you rather never be able to keep anyone else's secrets, or have someone tell all of your secrets?
They can tell all mine.
All your secrets?
Tell all my secrets.
Okay.
No way I would betray people's trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Same
Yeah,
here.
I couldn't do it.
Tell them all.
Tell all the things, and if you don't, I already have. I already have.
So Victoria,
Pretty open book.
see, Victoria's going to be pissed about giving her secret.
Right?
Would you rather always have an annoying song stuck in your head, or always have an itch that you can't reach?
Annoying song, hands down. Y'all
Really?
ever had? Yeah, listen, you've clearly never been morbidly obese before, brother. Listen, the fact that you even have to ask that question, when you get that scratch on the left shoulder blade, are you kidding me? It's like, I can't reach it.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, I see this guy. I'm sure he can reach the scratch. You ever see the Jungle Book when
Right, on
when
the-
Baloo gets on
Yeah.
the? You can hear it through the house, like
Right? You say, I love it. You say in Jungle Book, that was my brother Chad's favorite movie when we
really.
were as kids.
It's
yeah.
a good movie, But yeah, he.
Mowgli.
Walk like you.
The cartoon or the original live action?
The cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon's the way to
one.
go.
The old school Disney.
I like the
cartoon.
live action.
I like
the
the-
old school live action, not the new one. I've never seen the new one yet, but the old school live action.
I don't know, it was a great. It was just great.
Shere Khan.
Are you saying Shaka Khan?
Sure Khan.
Oh, Shere Khan.
Yeah, wasn't that the tiger's name?
I thought you were saying Shaka Khan. I was like, Shaka Khan, let me rock a Shaka Khan. You said an annoying, but I love that one actually. Baby, when I look at you. I want to start doing jingles for you all. Can I come in and just like randomly like, get a what?
Absolutely. We'll get it, man.
You could probably make your own jingles and sell them.
Let's do this.
'Cause wasn't that was it Paul McCartney? The Beatles made a whole I am stuck on bandage stuck on. He wrote that.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yep. He wrote a whole bunch of jingles I didn't know about. I was like, whoa,
Dude,
that's crazy.
Do you know the smartest person in the room moment? Like, I am definitely in the right room right now. You know so much information. I'm like,
I'm trying to like,
it's awesome.
I'm trying to output it when it needs to be. So
Do you remember the TikTok? Have you
fully
seen?
loaded with
Are you a
useless
TikTok
information.
I
guy?
am a TikTok person. I
Okay.
like it.
So have you guys seen the TikTok of the guy who comes up with he pretends that it's the guy who comes up with these jingles like for commercials. Have you seen those yet? Oh my gosh! Like he walks. I've showed you these before.
Really?
Yeah. It's like he looks like a homeless guy, and he like and like a guy walks in. He goes hey. He's like we got
Oh, that's right, because we've made our own TikToks doing that crap. Oh my god, you have showed me this guy.
He like walks up and he goes, hey, we got a company called Meow Mix. He's like, I need something. What do you got? He's like, meow 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 meow. He's like, God, you're a genius.
Right, their little jingle.
or like he's like he walks back outside like it's like a homeless guy like rummaging through the garbage or whatever. He goes, hey, real quick. He goes, got a company in here, Liberty Mutual. What do you got? He goes, Liberty, 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 Liberty. He's like, we're gonna make millions.
Like the easiest stuff ever, right? This homeless guy just wrecking it for everybody. That's so funny.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh. O'Reilly.
Yeah, and he goes, it's missing something. He goes, Auto Parts. Wow. he's like, that's it.
Genius.
That's what we were missing.
On the top. All right, I got one more. Would you rather? Would you rather give up your cell phone for a month or bathing for a month?
Oh, had to be cell phone because there's no way I'm going without a shower, and I love my cell phone.
Yeah, dude, you know me. Mine's attached.
I couldn't
At all times.
not bathe.
I couldn't. Dude, I take 2 showers a day now.
You gotta have them.
Like, and I know people that have went the month. Please stop that.
Went
Shower.
a month without a shower?
I'm kidding, but I'm sure they're close.
Oh my god!
Well, you know, like when you get around someone and you're like, "Wow, you are pervasive." Would you just
time.
filling the room?
It's time.
Right.
What's the nice way to say
Yeah,
it?
when you're walking around like, "Oh god,
Yummy.
oh god." I love it.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. All right, man. Well, hey, we got some current events here. Let's get into it.
On me.
Get into
What's going
it.
on in the world?
So, have you ever watched the show The Squid Game?
No.
Okay. Do you ever have like maybe an inkling of checking it
I've
out?
heard about it this last week.
You know, it's the top grossing show of all time.
That's what I'm hearing. I don't understand.
It's almost made. We haven't checked up on it yet, but it's pretty close to $1 billion.
No, trillion.
Really?
It passed $1 billion.
Oh, that's right. It was like 800 billion.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So basically, so you know nothing about it then?
Not really.
So basically, it is
This is lame.
It's a Korean TV show. Okay, that they they're not. Yeah, it is a Korean TV show. This guy made basically where these people who are in mounds of debt, they get 456 people to agree to go to play games or like a game show to win a certain amount of money, and in American it ends up being like $38 million.
Wow.
It's like one giant cash prize.
Yeah. So, and as people get eliminated from the game, the cash prize grows. So,
And they're like kids games.
yeah, and they play kids games.
Red light, green light.
But the
Tug of war.
But the eliminating is them being killed.
Yeah. Like you eliminated from life.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
Did he get killed?
Yeah.
it is
Why are people watching this?
it is honestly though, it is probably one of the so here's two things to take away from this. It's
Oh my gosh.
There's subtitles, it's dubbed over, it's in Korean.
Is it real?
No, it's not real.
Okay, I got nervous for a second.
No, it's definitely a TV show.
Okay,
Real world.
I was like,
no.
Sorry, I
like
got
the new Big
sucked
Brother.
in. This is why I don't watch TV. It's too much for me.
No,
too real.
But no, here's the thing though. The plot is so
Simple.
intriguing.
And yeah,
I mean, there's different layers to it.
right.
It's well wrote.
So it's just a lesser game of Hunger Games.
Yes, but there's more to it than that. Or, I mean, there's a lot going on in Hunger Games, but
Mockingbird.
yeah. But
That's awesome. Thank you. It was
So
cool.
sweet.
but yeah. So like, I don't know. There's just different layers to it. But yeah, it is simpler. It's way simpler than Hunger Games. But
Right.
it's so, I don't know. There's an elementary factor to it. Mm-hmm. Like, because it's kid games that they have to play.
Okay.
Like, I mean, literally, like their first game is like, I can't even think back to it now.
like
But they
red
play
light-
like
red light.
marbles. Yeah, red light, green light.
Wow.
I've seen this tug of war.
Yeah, there's tug of war.
Could have been Jenga. I'd have won.
Yeah, but it's a crazy show. It is a crazy show. Anyway, have you ever heard of the YouTuber Mr. Beast?
I think so. That's
He is probably one of the most richest YouTubers there is out there. I know he's younger than us.
Yeah, but he basically just like gives out money, does competitions, gives out money.
Yeah, he puts a lot of his buddies in competitions to win money and stuff like that, like crazy competitions. So
I didn't really know about him
He's
until-
building his own Squid Game for YouTubers to compete in for next week.
No way.
Yeah,
minus the death, I'm hoping.
yeah, no doubt.
Hopefully staying alive.
Yeah, so says it's all tax write off at this point for him.
That and that's kind of what I do on the weekends, right? I just do certain things and tax write off, no big deal.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
This guy's building like a massive,
Yeah, he looked it
like
up. and
movie
it's like,
set.
It's like a couple $1 million.
It was like a $10 million facility.
Wow,
Bruh.
it's
Yeah,
got to be a
and
tough.
it looks
And he just
like,
lives on
really good.
Just does all the stuff on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's how he
but
makes his
imagine
money.
the content he's going to make off that.
It's gonna be amazing.
Apparently Logan Paul's going to be it. You said.
Yeah, or I don't know if he's going to be in it. I think Logan Paul actually visited the site of where it's happening, and he kind of leaked some things.
Okay, gotcha.
I think that's what it was. I don't know if he's going to be competing in it, but he was there.
Okay, interesting. Well, we'll see in the next couple weeks to see how this
Right.
real life Squid Games go.
Yeah. So, and then Will Smith comes out with his memoir saying he felt suicidal at one point. He also felt like killing his father at one point.
Wow.
And how his and Jada's sexual relationship wasn't always there, and how they had to basically have an open relationship.
Wow.
We saw this on The Fighter and the Kid this
Yeah.
morning, listening about this, or it was last week. I think they talked about it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm siding with Brennan Schaub on this and saying I liked it better when I didn't know all this.
Right.
Like, I understand maybe he feels the need, like,
Well, think about how much people have speculated though about them too. Mm-hmm.
well, she's put so much out there in the last couple months about her cheating on Will,
Right.
and
Yeah.
all of
It was an entanglement. Thank you.
yeah.
Entanglement.
Yeah, apparently he knew, well, he didn't know about it though. They did their
Right.
red table talk or whatever, and
Yep.
yeah, and she like kind of laid it out there, and he's like, "Wait, you did what?"
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much
crazy.
more. He said he felt his dad at one point though, like he felt like he had to avenge his mother because
Wow.
he witnessed
Beat her up.
Yeah, he witnessed his dad punch his mom,
That's sad.
Yeah.
and he said at one point,
That'd be a helpless position for a kid, I would think.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the guy's been famous since he's been what, like 16 years old,
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, and with that, I mean, it's interesting when you think about with that going on with what we're also seeing, like with like, I got to talk Britney Spears. I got to talk it because like,
I haven't seen it
yeah.
yet. Are you
Free
talking about
Britney.
right, but with the free,
documentary?
with the Free
Free
Britney movement and some of this stuff, with people. that-
Britney alone.
Right. But like when you think about some of these folks stepping right into celebrity
Yeah.
at such a young age, it's like
Yeah.
you never get to grow up.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And then so there's probably things that are unresolved and
Yeah.
not fixed. And my heart breaks for him.
Yeah,
It sucks, man, when you're in the spotlight like that early. You
Right.
Look at Macaulay Culkin.
Right.
he's in a better
he's
spot now. Though.
better now, but
he
I-
was just on the Gucci runway.
Right.
Yeah,
But yeah,
looked really good.
it'll be interesting. I mean, maybe it'll be good or maybe it's therapeutic, in some way for him.
Yeah. I know he came out with that thing last year, I think it was, or maybe it was earlier this year, where he had the conversation with the first Aunt Viv. Remember, she got replaced.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had that conversation with her because she felt a lot of animosity towards Will Smith.
Oh, wow.
And then she straight up told him, like, on that that show or whatever, she was just like, you took my career away from me. Like I had kids to feed and a husband to support, and you took, because Will Smith ultimately is kind of the way they portrayed it anyway, was that he basically came out and said, I can't work with this lady. I need a new Aunt Viv. And she got fired, and they hired the lady to replace her. And she was, she felt like her entire livelihood was taken away from her.
Yep.
Her life got turned upside down.
This guy.
That's what happened.
Bazinga!
But I read that because my girl and I actually went through and watched all the Family Matters,
right?
All the Fresh Prince, and I was like, Aunt Viv just what? Whoa!
Yeah,
I did not realize that when I was younger that they changed her, and then I read up on it, and I was like, damn, I did not know all that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But she lost everything.
That's sad.
Damn, that sucks.
And she just let Will Smith have it.
I think they're good now.
Yeah, they had that show and they hugged it.
Oh,
out,
yeah,
and
that's right. That's right.
He had her on the reunion show.
Wow.
Yeah, but she would have never done any of that if Will never made that
Reached
initiative.
out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Man.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah, but no, I mean, the whole just thing, his son at 15 years old wanted to be emancipated.
Right.
Because
that's wild, man. I don't want my.
I don't know. It's just I think we held Will Smith on some sort of pedestal, and
absolutely.
And now there's all this stuff coming out, and it's it's too much, bro.
Well, and think about the pressure that he probably was under too. When you think about being an African American male in that kind of role. Various aspects of the pressure of don't mess up, don't do this, don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's probably been bottling some stuff up for a long time.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean,
never know what's behind closed doors.
I mean, you have a better perspective of that than what we do.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. For me, it's just dude.
Well, I think it goes back to when you were talking about maybe the book would help somebody, right? To somebody else, I might be. If I publish something, it would be like a Will Smith.
I think the fact that it's just
absolutely.
made public.
Right. And that's where I'm saying, some things I think discretion is important. It's a lesson I've learned over time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, in other news here, Jeff Bezos, his girlfriend, gets a little too close to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Uh-oh.
And then Jeff sends him a message on Instagram next to a sign by a cliff that says, "Danger, fatal falls."
It's Mrs. Steve, girl. He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. But it's Leonardo DiCaprio. What do you expect?
Right.
I mean, dude.
Mr. Steve.
Jeff, I'm sorry, bro.
Right.
You can have all the money in the world, but it's Leo, bro.
Right.
He can't even try. He's just like, how you doing?
Not only did he do the Titanic, he did What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Oh, man.
That movie.
Yes.
But the thing was, though,
pretty awesome.
it was great, though, because, Leo, you see her, kind of get close to Leo, and she, looks up at him. She's giggling or whatever. And Jeff's standing, right next to her, and he's like, oh, hey, Leo. And Leo starts to walk away, and he turns back to Jeff's girlfriend. He's like, no.
That's so funny.
It was great. It was great.
Jeff.
Yeah. But that's funny, though.
Right.
But it's Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean,
And at what point
Bezos can't be that mad.
Is it a threat?
No, I think it was a
playful?
playful. I think it was just playful. I think they're friends.
That's good. That's
But-
good.
You'd hope so.
Dude, at the end of the day, Jeff, if you're,
Leo, I'd like to invite you to Squid Game.
yeah. It's funny because it's millionaires put on that game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I need to watch this now.
You do. You really do. Adam hasn't seen it yet either, so
Yeah. I need to
you're not
watch
alone.
Squid Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, though. It's
Okay.
good.
All right.
Really good plot. Really good plot. Keeps you interested.
Okay. I'm going to check
It's only 9 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
I'll have to check it out.
Celebrity Deathmatch. That's what it feels like to me.
Celebrity
Yes.
Deathmatch was a great show. By
was
the
a
way.
They need to
show.
bring that
Yeah.
back.
I loved it.
I'm ready for
I
that.
played the video game. That was fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever played the video game.
Yeah, Chris Rock would have this huge hand that would come out and you'd get slapped and be
remember
like
that.
cocaine on the side of your face.
Hey, if you guys don't know Celebrity Deathmatch, it went hard.
Celebrity Deathmatch did go
MTV.
hard. Yeah.
Oh,
It
man.
was a crazy show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
was.
All claymation.
Right?
So, in other news, though, Vin Diesel pleads with The Rock to join Fast and Furious 10 for the finale, saying he promised Paul Walker he would make 10 of them.
Who promised?
Vin Diesel promised Paul
Oh,
Walker.
okay.
So I'm going to go unpopular here for a second.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, stopping way before. Does everybody else feel this way?
You've had enough Fast and Furious.
Some of the worst acting of all time.
The beginning ones were the best,
right?
Because it was about cars.
Right, they were cool, whatever, and then there was like Tokyo Drift, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty all right.
Wasn't bad. Yeah.
But then it's just ridiculous. Like
family. Yeah, all about family.
It's all about family.
Right.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right. But I love the song though, and the one that after Paul.
Wiz Khalifa's.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was a great song.
It's a great song, and that made
Charlie
the movie
Puth.
worth it. Yeah, but it should have stopped then. My opinion, it should have stopped then.
Yeah.
That was good timing. He had passed. That was enough.
That was so sad.
That was sad.
Paul Walker was a good. I feel like Paul Walker's death and Kobe Bryant's death are like one and the same.
There's some you lose
ones.
good people. It's sad.
Yeah, those were tough ones.
But no, I don't.
Let's stop the Fast and the Furious.
Right.
I don't know.
Unless you go back to the original.
I'd like to see them drive moderate and safely. Something like that.
I'd like to see them in station wagons this year. Station wagons and
Calm. The movie can be called Calm and Complacent.
Right. Right.
10.
Right.
To be a spinoff.
Yeah.
Right. No more.
But no, I mean, so the big thing here though is that apparently The Rock and Vin Diesel had somewhat of a falling out on set. Apparently,
That's what I heard,
Yeah,
but I didn't. You telling me, I was like, I didn't know it was that.
I love The Rock.
Yeah, the
I
word
side with him immediately.
The word is that The Rock had somewhat more of a professionalism stance on how he portrays himself on set, and Vin Diesel had a more immature stance.
Right.
I guess they just didn't get along.
Right.
Damn.
In the last movie.
Yeah.
Just
No,
in the last
I
one.
can see that. I think the Rock seems like a class act.
Yeah.
Everything about him. He's impressive.
He just keeps being in
And I
more
think
more
Vin Diesel's
stuff.
cool. I don't have anything
Yeah.
I don't really have a strong opinion. I just don't want to watch the Fast and the Furious 27.
Yeah, man, let's just cut it
Yeah,
short.
I think he's really trying to push.
Still fast.
Yeah, he's still trying to. I think
furious.
he's going to push for that number 10 real hard.
Right.
He promised Paul Walker, so
Right.
Bring
there's
back
that.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Right.
So, Washington football coach was suspended after hitting a player in the helmet and why does that sound like such a weird word to me right now? Helmet.
It's like rural.
Yeah.
Rural's a weird word.
Road,
Road.
roads.
Road.
Anyway, a Washington football coach, Washington University, was suspended after hitting a player in the helmet and shoving him after he got into it with an opposing team player after a play.
Damn.
So, like, kind of happened.
Coach did this to a player?
Yeah. So, like, it happened on the sideline. It was super quick. Basically, the two players like got into it. They broke it up or whatever, and the coach walked up to the player, and he had like papers in his hand like this, and he kind of like smacked him in the helmet and like shoved him towards the bench, and he got fired for that.
Wow.
Dang.
I think that was a regular occurrence when we were growing up.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Right?
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know how many times I was grabbed by the face mask and told to go that way.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can
It's a
remember.
different time.
I remember my dad. My dad told me like when he was playing in the later '80s, like that. He would he'd be thrown to the ground by his helmet.
Right.
Yeah.
Kicked. Like get your ass up, get back in there.
Right.
Bunch of
Get your
softies
head in
now.
the game.
Yeah,
Bunch of
but you know what I'm
softies.
saying? Yeah. What in the world?
Yeah.
I just I don't understand it. It's
I don't know.
football. It's
SOS
football.
capital T. Soft.
It is. Though. I don't understand that.
That
I don't like
sucks,
that
man.
at all.
I love it. Adele comes in with "Go easy on me."
What are you looking up right now?
Looks like a lot of Madonna.
Yeah. It's for our next topic.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
He's like, what? Are
Freaking
you?
me out, man. Like, dude, you get in there. You're flipping through those pictures quick.
I'm just making sure it's the right ones. So we'll get into that one last though. But the next up, Leonardo DiCaprio nears a deal to play cult leader Jim Jones in an upcoming film.
Wow.
You remember that?
Yeah.
What was that 1978?
Something like that. Drinking the Kool-Aid. Right?
Yep.
Cyanide Kool-Aid.
Wow.
Ooh, it tastes like grape.
That's so sad.
Sweet.
918 people died that day. And he escaped.
That sucks, man.
I
Crazy.
wouldn't want to replay that. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. All right,
He'll do great with it, I'm sure.
it's Leo.
Right.
It's Leo. He's a class act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, think about it like this, though. You had Zac Efron, who played Ted Bundy and he did amazing.
That was an excellent movie. I did see that.
Excellent movie. It was called what? Evil and Vile or something like that.
I can't remember, but it was
something like that.
It was
yeah,
good.
Yeah, he did really well at that.
I've never seen it. My girl's probably seen it. No, I don't mess with that crazy stuff, man.
Really?
Right.
I mean, when you said your mind gets into that, you start thinking crazy stuff, and just like, someone's watching me right now, bro.
I will say, like, some people, they can just watch a movie and it's no big deal. I get in the movie.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. I really do.
Well, there's certain things I'm just like,
I'm a jumper. I'm a I scream. I can't help it.
Yeah. I am exactly what you just said. It doesn't faze me one bit.
Wow.
It doesn't. I can watch a movie or as my wife tells me, I have no emotions.
Really? Oh man, because I remember seeing.
Scary movies
did you all see?
I can watch scary movies.
Did you all see Gone Girl with Ben Affleck?
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought that was so heavy. I mean, it was just I was so disturbed. Yeah, I was so disturbed.
One of the only movies that I felt really heavy on would have been Mystic River.
I don't think I saw it.
That's a good one. I like that
Great
one.
movie.
I did see that.
I love in like sappy movies and all that stuff, but no, that Jim Jones would probably be great.
Mystic River is with Sean Penn.
Maybe I did see it.
He is his daughter goes missing.
I think I did see it. Is it older?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere
Early like 2000s or something.
I'll say like 99, maybe 2001.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Did you ever see The Lovely Bones?
Yes, that was a good one. Yep.
Yeah.
And What Dreams May Come with
Oh
Robin
man,
Williams?
that's a good one
No, I
too.
never saw that.
2003 was Mystic River.
I thought it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I saw
but
it.
What Dreams May Come was super awesome
so
too. I
good.
love
Dreams
that.
That Come. Who's in that?
Robin
Williams.
and Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yep.
I don't think I saw that.
It was excellent. It's very artistic. It's very out there.
Man,
But
and
I will say that-
And that's what kills me right now with the whole thing with Robin Williams, and then thinking about that movie, I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
oh, dude, it's so nuts.
Yeah, well, it's just sad because I think, again, for a lot of people, they have such unresolved guilt and emotions and fears. And
Yeah.
all this
I will say
sad.
one of my favorite. Speaking of artistic type movies, one of my favorite most artistic movies. Just because I'm a videographer guy,
Right.
So I think the film Driver with what's his name? Who's the
Yeah.
who's the guy? Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
That is probably one of the best
Yeah.
shot movies. Just drama wise,
Right.
I mean, he has maybe 4 lines in the entire
Right.
movie.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, it's such a powerful movie
Right.
that's shot well, that tells a story. Mm-hmm. You really can't ask for more.
Right.
That's one of my. I can't even remember who the director was of that movie. I'm looking it up right now.
Right.
Nicholas Refn.
right on, Nicholas.
Yeah, he did really well at it, though. It was a great movie.
Wow.
But yeah, so Leo, though, he's near a deal with that. I don't know who's gonna. I would assume it's probably a Scorsese film, but I would doubt it. That doesn't seem like Scorsese's speed.
Watch it be Rob Zombie or something like that. That'd be so
Tight.
sad.
I don't think Leo would do that.
And just like Fast and the Furious, I'd also like to report that all of the Halloween movies should stop.
Yeah, I agree. This new one,
Thank you.
this
Last
new one was
one-
not with Rob Zombie directing it.
Correct.
Still
And-
was frustrating.
It was terrible.
Oh, you've seen it?
It was terrible.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
it's never going to end.
Dude, that was one thing because again, my girl would watch all of them, and she's just like,
It's never ending.
I don't want. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but it's not going to end. God, it's
horrific.
yeah, they need to stop with those. Yeah, I agree.
It's the same thing every single time.
It really is.
Same with Jason movies, though.
Right. But they kind of stopped those, didn't
Yeah.
they? It's
Yep.
been a minute.
Yep. What
At
about
least give
Freddy?
us a
Yeah.
decade. At least
Freddy,
give
you
us
haven't
a
seen
decade.
anything about that either.
No, I haven't seen any more Freddy's.
Right.
But so last bit of news here we have is Madonna recreates Marilyn Monroe's death scene for a photo shoot.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I mean that was the things you were flipping through, so I was
Yeah.
like, "What am I watching right now?" Yeah, that's not cool.
So that's Madonna.
Right.
But yeah,
It's for Vogue, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, Vogue magazine.
Yeah, but it's Vogue in Europe.
Yeah. So here's a lot of the pictures on Twitter. We'll put these up here.
Was that
too.
what she was? Was that what she was doing? Was
Yeah.
Yeah, she recreated the death scene of Marilyn Monroe.
Jeez Louise.
'Cause there's-
Only Madonna.
Yeah.
If she didn't already have enough on her name out there already, let's just
I mean, it is Madonna, though. I mean, do you expect anything less of her?
No, but why,
how old is she?
Why
now?
this? Like probably like 50. I'm gonna say like 59.
I want to say she might be early 60s now.
She don't look bad for her age.
I know she's Captain Controversy.
I'm good. I'm good, dude.
No offense, Madonna. I'm sure you're great. But
Right. When we were growing up, though, she was a trendsetter. She did a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The cone brawl.
I remember all that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Vogue.
Yeah, but I mean, to recreate the Marilyn Monroe death scene,
She is 63 years old.
Right. Look at me knowing something.
she doesn't. Look, I don't think she looks 63 though.
No, she's had a lot of recent, work.
Yeah.
But but she's also, I mean, to her credit, she's a beast with the gym stuff. If you ever,
oh really?
Her fitness is ridiculous. She's
out of
been
control.
like probably 4% body fat for
Oh my
years.
gosh,
Beast.
Did not know that.
I don't know her percent body fat, but I know. I mean, she's disciplined. There ain't no question. Like
They say a lot of that's
and all that
diet.
stuff. Yeah, it's that, and she's an avid yoga,
really?
person, and
That'll do it.
lifter
63,
and
man.
tours.
Yoga
She's a
does
great
the body
performer.
good.
I don't like. I'm not loving whatever this is, but I love Madonna.
Yeah.
I said it.
Yeah, that was. It's
said
a
it.
little. It's different.
It is a little different. I think she's out there. But
I think it's a little much.
I think her latest thing with her Madam X stuff is artists are here to disrupt the peace. I think that's what she said.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing.
I don't know about.
serving the peace.
I don't know how I feel about it either, but I think there is
Marilyn
a reason.
Monroe is such an icon.
Well, it's not just that. I think when people die, there's a reason why there is rest in peace associated with that. And it's sometimes you just
So leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Right.
Live,
So
man.
that's why I think with some things,
Live and let. live.
live and let die.
There you go.
That what it was?
Yeah.
Or live and let live. New lyrics.
Yeah, new lyrics. Just for Madonna.
I love though these last like 3 or 4. It's like the whole thing took a whole turn. I'm like, oh, this is so heavy. This is
I mean, yeah, it does get
Have to
heavy
mix them up a little bit.
A lot of it. A lot of those.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of those current news articles.
Scary world.
Yeah, a lot of those current news articles we chose, we felt like were super. You could have an
Like almost
opinion either way.
unjustifiable.
Right.
Yeah. It's like
right. When and it may be too, like one thing I wanted to say. This is so random. I'm like caught on the Madonna one, but like one thing about her, she was often compared to her early on in the '90s and stuff,
Right.
With Material Girl, and she's often parlayed different aspects of her life,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
when you think Material Girl and everything's like that, so maybe this is a way of her doing something to tribute and not necessarily to defame.
Could be.
So,
Yeah.
so just interesting.
it's a rough one.
Right. I agree.
But
It
here's
is a
the
rough one.
thing. Here's the thing, though. Just a second ago, we were praising Leonardo DiCaprio, so we're going to go there deep for a second, right?
Yeah.
We were ready to praise Leonardo DiCaprio for doing Jim Jones. Why is it different with Madonna?
Well, I guess this is
Misogyny?
I guess
this
it's
about
not.
being-
It's maybe movie. I don't know. I say movie and acting, but she's literally putting her death photos
It's
of
a
herself
pictorial,
in
but
a magazine. Like,
But
hey,
I'm saying,
remember this?
But I'm saying,
yeah, you're
why
right.
do we have a bent one way or the other?
I guess
You're
I'm
right.
looking at
You're
Leo.
right.
I guess
weird, right?
I'm looking at
it's
Leo's.
the world we live in, man.
Yeah, but I guess I'm looking at Leo's whole aspect of playing Jim Jones as like, this is more of a documentary style to where she just recreated a death scene for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying Jim Jones murdered tons of
Oh
people.
no, yeah, absolutely.
She's recreating somebody's death.
But there's no explanation to it. It's just like a photo shoot. To where his is going to be more of a plot line, a storyline for people to, actually,
Right.
see that time frame, see that period.
Could be, and maybe it's being done to be a cautionary tale, but I bet he's not doing it for free.
Oh no, absolutely not.
So,
Absolutely.
so I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, like it's interesting.
But do you think she might have did the photo shoot for free? Do you think that photo shoot was her idea?
No, I don't know. I know she did her children's books for free. I know that.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really?
All the money that was raised from those went to charity
Gotcha.
of kids. But
Right on.
It's something to think about, though.
Right.
Something to think about for sure.
right,
Well, hey,
let's go watch Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Yeah. Well, hey, Justin, we want to thank you for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I learned a lot.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all a ton.
Dude,
This was
hey,
awesome.
Yeah, we'd like to have you back on again, man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Well, I
It'd be fun.
appreciate that.
Yeah. Talk
We're gonna make a
talk some
jingle.
stuff.
At a blast.
Absolutely.
We're gonna make a jingle. We're gonna
You'll make our own
something
social
up.
guys jingle or something.
There we go. There we go.
Social. Genius.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
It's missing something, guys. Okay, great.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for joining us for episode 18. We're out of here. We want
Thanks,
to thank
Glue.
Glue Studio for the studio. Thank Justin Courtney for coming on the show. It was
Yes.
a blast tonight.
Thank you.
And then, we will see you soon.
Sounds good.
Later.
Much love.